What up, everybody? You already know. Aceboy. No, not that one. Hey, what up, everybody? This is Relatable episode 5. You know, I'm here with Luck, Rios. You already know what's going on.
Yes,
We're going
sir.
to jump right into the deep end? Or you want to just take it slow?
No. Let's just go ahead.
Dive right in?
Yeah, for sure. Let's get to
What's
it.
wrong with you?
With me?
Yeah.
Nothing. What you mean?
You sure?
Something happened?
No.
Oh, no, I'm good.
That's just a topic. What's wrong with you?
Oh, okay. Well, now that you say something.
Yeah.
No, I'm messing with you. Nothing's wrong with me. I'm good today. I'm good. I am. I just started crying like in the middle of it. It'd be completely awkward. Would you know
Thank you for asking.
Would you know how to respond if that happened? What would you do?
So what's wrong with you, Rios? What's the worst thing about yourself?
Right. God. Who asked that?
So, look, what's your shortcomings?
Right. What's your shortcomings is wild.
No, say space.
And then list off. Well, I'm glad you asked. The list here.
I got a list. I've been dying to talk about.
Hey, your insecurities is the trash if you got a list. Okay, well, I'm glad you asked. I'm going to scroll through the.
When Sarah brings up this conversation,
Right.
This is when I'll say this.
Well, let's check today. Let's see what's on today's list of insecurities.
So shortcomings. What's on top of your list?
That's hilarious.
I feel like sharing mine.
Right.
Are you ready?
Hey, do you have those kind of homeboys where, because I never want to be that kind of guy where, you get into your modes where you may be down or stressed about something.
Yeah.
And I never want to be the guy when one of your partners call you or pull up or whoever, homegirls or whatever.
Yeah.
And they say, Rios, man, what's going on, man? How you doing? And then they go into immediate, stress stuff. And it's cool. Like, for example, we haven't had that conversation.
Yeah.
So if I called you, it was like, what's up, Rio? What's on your mind? What's good, man? How you been? Oh, man, look, man, I've been kind of going through it, whatever. Oh, what's up? You need to talk about it? That's cool.
That's cool. That's natural.
But after the 5th, 6th time, and if you keep doing it, that's the thing. Because there's grace, right? Because
There's grace,
you could be going through some things. But the homie who always do it, you tend to not ask him that no more.
No.
Or sometimes don't call.
And also, I'm no longer going to give you advice.
Then there's that. Right.
Because I can't keep wasting my energy.
Right.
And my thought process of what I think will be good for you or advice that you should take. And then you keep coming around. So, hey, what's up with you, man? Oh, you won't believe this shit. Blah, blah, blah. And it's the same
I do believe it because you don't listen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Right. You don't apply any of the things.
Is that considered a Debbie Downer? Or is that just like
No, absolutely.
Like an Eeyore?
Debbie Downer for sure.
Yeah, because it's like
both. Yeah, I don't want to be. Look, man, we all have our things.
I'm going to get into at one of these podcasts on how strong Winnie the Pooh is, that show, and about the characters representing depression, anxiety, and this and that.
Wait, what was Winnie the Pooh's?
Winnie the Pooh.
Was he a therapist?
What was Winnie the Pooh? He was a gluttonous.
He was gluttonous because honey.
Honey.
You're right.
He was gluttonous, but Eeyore, it was a scene.
That's why I related to him.
That's why I love Winnie. Light bulb.
As I'm eating a pot of honey.
Hands full.
What's Winnie's problem?
What's wrong with Winnie? Oh, this is real sticky. But there's a scene where Eeyore loses his tail.
What?
He loses his tail. You know how his tail is, he's a donkey and his tail is pinned on the donkey, and he loses his tail.
Right, uh-huh.
And so his boys, the whole crew is doing all they can to get him a new tail. And so they exhaust all resources and do whatever they can.
Why do you go to Brazil?
For his birth. Many reasons that I will not talk about. Many reasons I will not.
That's neither here nor there.
I will not discuss.
That's not here nor there. We're not.
On the way down to there's. Oh, never mind. But he loses his tail. They do all they can to get him a new tail. And they finally get him a gift. It might have been his birthday or whatever. And they get him a new tail. And they pin the tail on him. And his reply was, "Thank you for the tail. It's so much better than the rest of me." You know what I mean?
Wow.
That outlook of there's always going to be something wrong with you.
For sure.
It's
in that mind frame.
That mind frame. Look at that. Thank you for the tell. It's so much better than the rest of me. That's
so
the
how do you
baby
handle
daughter.
those kind of friends? Because these friends sometimes,
I used to run from them.
but sometimes they're not
I used to
always
avoid.
like that.
I used to avoid. Mine was avoidance.
Really?
Like if somebody kept being that way,
Yeah.
I would avoid like out of the lack of maturity in myself.
For sure.
To be able to tackle that head on and be like, hey, every time I talk to you, you're always.
I don't think I ever did that.
I don't think
That's the part.
That's
right?
the part, yeah.
Because it's kind of messed up too. Because, well, to your point, like lack of maturity in myself also. Where if I'm dealing with a friend who is always on that.
Yeah.
Say, and I'm kind of let me preface it by saying, we probably didn't come friends with him or her in that mind state.
No.
But there was a shift somewhere, a change somewhere, and that ended up being the thing.
Yeah.
Right, for a little while.
Right.
And maybe I didn't know how to approach it or adjust to them being that.
Yeah.
And also, maybe it's a little selfish of me too, to protect my sanity a lot of times, I'm already dealing with a lot just as a man out here in general, trying to figure out life.
Add black on top of that.
And black on top of that, right? And fat on top of that. You know,
I wasn't going to say that.
It's funny, you didn't laugh when I said black, but when I had said fat, you thought that was hilarious.
It was a late reaction to.
You was actually laughing at the black part, and then fat came in and kind of it overflowed through that.
That's what that was.
I like that. Sorry. That's why it's good to have friends who lie also, for the viewer. You know. No. But I do want to say, I never was mature enough to just ask the question like, why are you always, have you noticed that this is a thing? And you know, maybe there's something you can do about that because I don't have the professional skill set to help you in that area. Maybe you need therapy, right? Because I started even talking about therapy later on in my adult life, right? Where I even talked about. I'm in therapy now, but I didn't even used to talk about like that being a thing for even myself or a friend who was that. I just kind of like to your point avoided them like you would do, like kind of like I don't know how to deal with that, and I don't want to be I don't want to call you and now I'm depressed. Yeah,
because that's the other thing. You take on a little bit of that energy.
For sure.
So maybe it's like not shutting it down, but like, hey, I'm noticing a recurring behavior here. You're not getting out of maybe the depression, anxiety, whatever's going on. You're not getting out of it, and also you're presenting that. Yeah, this is on the forefront. This is what you present as. Now it's not only is it bothering you or whatever's bothering you that's on your mind, it's what you're carrying into the conversation that you start with. Like you can't become the problem. Like there is a problem that we need to talk about. Let's discuss and figure it out and how we can solve it. But now that it's on the forefront, every time I talk to you, you are that.
And with that being a thing, I always wonder, like, because there's the person who, hey, how you doing? Oh, man, I'm not doing so good. Man, I just lost my job. My wife left me, my kids, whatever, all these things. Yeah. And there's that person who you be like, okay, I'm going to try to not call him no more because they always on this. Yeah. Him or her, both, whoever. But what does it say about the guy who feels the same way? Guy or girl who feels the same way, but doesn't really express it in the same way. So it may not be a thing where you notice that luck doesn't hit you with all that answer every time. Yeah. But you notice as far as being around me that I'm in a maybe stress-filled or depressed mind state. Like maybe I can cut on the facade for relatable, right? And I'm laughing.
Cameras on, let's go.
Right, it's all a thing. The viewer may not know because they don't know me personally. Yeah. But when the cameras are off or when I walk up, I don't really look like how I'm acting on camera. Yeah. And you kind of like, as a friend, like, what's up? You also are concerned. And then you like, what's good, bro? Like, and plus, because you don't want to push through, I wouldn't want to push through Rios in that mindset if Rios needs some help. And I mean something, whether it's talk, therapy, something. I wouldn't want to just because we have a podcast going, just ignore it because it's happening. I feel like if that's happening, then I truly can't get the best of you on nothing. Like, let alone relatable. Right. How could I get the best version of Rios? Because Rio, you're doing so many. Let's take about you, for instance. You're doing so many things. Podcasts, different networks, Ace Boys, your own podcast, Reality Check. all these things you're building. And if you're low-key depressed now you're surviving.
Yeah.
It's not depression where you like suicidal, right? Thank God. But I'm saying, I mean, for people who are in that mind state. But how better you could be if you weren't depressed. If you were the best version of yourself.
Right.
You could probably do something more, be a better version of yourself. And it would, here's the thing about the people, I'm going to cut short because I'm running long.
No, it's okay.
Here's the thing about the viewer, they may not know me personally, but if I'm in a depressed state and then I get that dealt with, whether it's therapy, I'm getting some work done where I'm slowly learning how to deal with things and not take it on personally, and I'm not really wearing it all day, the viewer would notice a change in myself on camera, whether I talk to them or not, whether they knew me or not. It'd be a visible thing. They just don't know it yet.
Yeah.
So it's always important, I think, that people get the help necessary when that's happening. I just don't know how to do it. But now I'm in the mindset of I'll present it. Like, man, you might need some therapy.
Yeah.
I got a homegirl I can introduce you to, which one day we also want to have, I have a homegirl named Joy, her name Dr. Joy.
Okay.
First of all, Joy, I went to high school with Joy, and she's super hilarious, super funny. And when you break down, like, getting into therapy or how people are and, dealing with humans and family and stuff, she's ill on that front.
Okay.
So she can literally joke wherever we want to go. She's
and still drop a dime.
But when you're out of the show, I think the fans they're gonna love her also.
Okay,
I'm definitely shout out to Dr. Joy, man. She's an ill human being.
Shout
I think
out Dr. Joy, and we will have her on whenever she's ready. Whenever you hit her up, like, let's get her
for sure.
Because we need also. It's always good not to be on like gender, but it's always good to have that other perspective.
Absolutely.
And then on top of that, a professional.
Because
perspective.
We're going to talk about a lot of stuff here, relatable, and most of it is going to be not with a professional opinion.
Yeah.
Right? because
maybe all. Maybe all.
Maybe like 99, 100%.
Right.
It's not going to be a professional opinion.
Right.
And I think it would be dope if not only... Okay, it's also, we can also entertain the guests. We laugh, we clown, but also give them like fact-based value instead of some of the things we think, which is that's cool too. We think. My opinion is just as important, but also I would love to bring some facts to certain things we're talking about to leave the viewer with that kind of value also.
Because our ignorance is pretty entertaining. It's an entertaining thing to catch, but
bottle it up and sell it.
Let's go ahead. Let's balance it with some intelligence.
Let's go smear some intelligence in here, and then do the viewer due diligence and kind of just sprinkle a little intelligence in there.
Let's bring you along.
Yeah.
Let's help
and then pull back because we got to get back to.
And then be us. Thank you, Joy. Now back to
Cool. You got that out the way. Now look. Now about Gigi.
Now back to Gigi. Oh shoot. No, but that's funny because it brings up a good point about how people present. Some people present it right on their face, right? Like they're there, but then some people don't present and they hold it in, thinking maybe like, damn, I don't want to burden luck with my bad energy or that I'm down. Like, he may be having a good day and now I'm about to mess his day up. But with that, it's like, give me the opportunity to
for sure
say if it's like, don't sell yourself short, or don't sell me short.
I agree 100%.
Because I actually value where you are mentally, spiritually, physically, where you're at. I value that, and I want you to be in the best place. And if I'm in any type of position to help, give me the opportunity to help.
Absolutely.
Or say, you know what? I may not be able to do that, but I got something. I got somebody or somebody to talk to.
Yeah.
Or I've been through this, and this is what I went through.
Yeah.
Now, it's like, we got to shut down all these walls. I feel like us as a culture, the walls, they have to come down for us to move forward into this world that we're moving forward into. Like, and not to say anything about Trump or Kamala or the election, but
Kamala.
It's
Kamala.
Kamala.
Yeah,
Kamala.
Yeah, I called her Kamala one time, and she called.
Did she?
Yeah, and that was embarrassing. I was live. I was doing a segment on CNN about the atrocities in Europe one time. But it's the whole thing in Brixton they got going down with between the immigrants and the Haitians and the Anglos that are there. And we were on CNN. I was talking
in Britain.
In Britain.
In Great Britain.
Yeah, not in the countries of it. In Britain, the people of in the
okay.
Yeah. And we were talking about
who was talking? You were talking to who?
Yeah, I was a couple of anchors on CNN.
Okay.
Yeah. I was guest speaker. I wasn't like a
okay, you weren't.
No, not at all. I'm just a regular guy who they find have some value to, So we were talking about that, and then I had said
smart of them.
Kamala. I mentioned Kamala and the kind of changes I think she'd be able to make. And then, but I said Kamala. I said Kamala, and I got the phone call. Somebody passed the phone, like somebody wants to talk to you. I didn't recognize the number. It's like some weird, country code and city code. And yes, man, she really handed it to me. Really handed it to me. I respect her more for that, the way she did it, because she didn't hold back. But it was definitely a different vice president than you would know today. But anyway, that's a whole nother podcast segment. That's a whole nother.
You don't want to go any further into that?
No, I don't, because I don't want to. Then
we get hung up.
Yeah. I don't. And then people start looking for my political podcast. I don't want to go that route. I did my time in Washington. We talked about Bush administration. We'll talk about that. So I don't want to go that route with this. I'm on a new lease on life. I got Relatable. We're doing this Relatable. So I kind of want to focus on that. But when you had said the name, it brought me back to a time where I made that mistake. And I don't want the same thing to happen, because you being connected to me now puts you in all kind of spaces.
Right. And I also
think not that many spaces for you. But now
that I know that you're here.
Now that I'm here, then now all of a sudden you're ridiculed by the who's who of this nation.
Right. And I also think it's more important to follow the truths than the lies in life.
Absolutely. 100%.
I think you may be more successful, or more successful following the truth as it is. That's kind of like a dead end with that lie. Not saying that that's a lie.
I'm laughing because I'm entertained by your lack of faith.
No. I'm not talking about you are the subject you just talked about.
Not me,
just
in God.
In
because
general.
you don't obviously... That part I'm joking about.
Forgive me.
No. But yeah, anyway, that's neither here nor there, man. I don't want to,
So back to the culture of us.
Yeah.
Needing to break the barriers of communication. And like we're not in a place of privilege to be like handicapping ourselves. We're not in the position to do that. You know what I mean?
No,
Because
we're doing a disadvantage. Yeah, for sure.
A disadvantage, and we need all of us.
A disservice, I mean.
A disservice. We need all of us. We need all of what we bring to the table, and we need to be as whole as possible individually. And
to add to that point, me, I'm a man of faith. I'm a Christian man. So also, if you have something to talk about and you feel like I want to talk about this or I need to talk about this, but I don't want to burden you, Luck.
Yeah.
Or Rios, being another man, being a man of God. Here's the thing I learned how God works. God, first of all, speaks to you at a level you understand, right? Sometimes people may not have the relationship with God to hear from him directly as far as voice.
Right.
Or whatever people feel is talking to them that gets God speaking to them, right? So a lot of times, because it happens with me a lot of times, because I need to be a little more into my word and Bible for sure.
Okay.
But what God speaks to me through people.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm very big on random conversations about, like, if me and you talking to Rios, you just like, you hit me up like, man, look, I just called to check on you, man. How you doing? You cool? Because at that time, in my mind, I'd be like, I got it, God. Yeah. So the reason why I said it, because I may be going through something, nobody know I'm going through something, and Rios called me for something that wasn't even about podcast stuff. So if it's a random checkup, God moved his spirit to ask me because he needed to be there for me at that time.
Right.
So I don't want to ever not be I understand we don't want to be burdened on people. But if God moves me to call Rios and vent, I got to call Rios and vent because I feel like what he's telling me is I'm going to speak to Rios. So call him, be a burden on him. Yeah. Because really you landed up on me.
Right.
Because I'm speaking to him at this time. And I feel like people should do that more, where they lean on somebody to talk to, stop worrying about you being a burden, and then let life happen how it happens. Because that person that you talk to, you may be in McDonald's and a lady next to you in line may start leaning over talking to you like, man, I'm having a bad day, whatever. You need to be who you need to be for her.
Right.
At the time. It don't mean it's uncomfortable conversations. Sometimes we're led to be there for each other, and God can use anybody. So it doesn't have to be somebody you know all the time. And go ahead.
And it doesn't have to be just a mission for you or a purpose for you.
For sure.
Like it could be a burden on you that you just like, I have to share this and with somebody that will listen, but your burden or what you were talking about may help the listener.
It's for them.
It's for them.
Absolutely, 100%.
And so that's a great outlook on it, because you said God will meet you at your level, right? But the Father meeting the children at their level.
Absolutely.
So
absolutely.
This is how we talk to children. You don't talk to a child at a level they're not at.
Right.
I'm not going to talk to a 4-year-old at an 18-year-old level.
That's what I'm saying.
But this is the role of the father or the mother or the parent or an elder. You get down to their level and you meet them at their level.
For sure.
So that there is an understanding of the message.
It has to be. Because it's about how you deliver this, right? That's way more important than actually what you're saying, in a sense. What I mean by that is,
absolutely.
Right. So because it's not about, people. I don't like when people say, you ever meet them homegirls and homeboys who they may be a-holes, but they always say, but I keep it real though, right?
Yeah.
Look, you keeping it real doesn't mean anything. Okay, you told the truth about something,
right?
But I know people go by that saying truth hurts, right? But a lot of that is taken out of context, because God talks about in the Bible specifically, I got to find the verse, where he talks about the way you deliver, you have to deliver a word, first of all, to be understood and deliver it with love.
Right.
So you keeping it real and saying it any kind of way, you made more of an issue than what was actually said.
Right.
Right. So if I say to my wife, babe, I don't really like the way that dress. I'm not sure if it's the way the cut is or whatever, but I think let me try another one. Let's see how. That's a better way than saying, oh, you look terrible in that dress.
Right.
Right.
You may be telling the truth.
Yeah.
But the delivery.
Because it's you got to speak to a level where the understanding is too. For example, since I've been doing this podcast, I've been speaking more so like in a 6th grade level because of who I'm sitting with. So
You're welcome.
I think that's what I'm saying. So I think that's more important.
Wait.
I'm sorry.
Are you talking about the viewer?
It depends. It depends on who's. What you mean? You mean
who are you meeting at the 6th grade level?
Well, because
be truthful.
Yeah, for sure. So I've been speaking.
No, don't say it. Just okay.
Okay.
Let's move past that.
Okay, for sure. I'm just saying that so we can be
for my feelings. Keep going.
Oh yeah. So no, it's about the delivery. Right, the delivery. I got to be right with love. So that's what I'm saying. I've been speaking at a certain level because I need for us to have a very engaging conversation. We have to meet on the same level.
Yes.
Right. So I can't come in adult luck. Right. I have to. That's so stupid.
You cannot. You cannot.
Silly. Silly.
I'm going to go ahead and also agree with you there.
He said, actually, you cannot come in.
I'm going to need you from 6th to 9th grade.
Hey, man. That's so silly.
That's where I flourish.
That's my range is here.
I know my strengths. I know my weaknesses. This is what the people like. They like me in this range. I'm also very comfortable there.
That's
okay, so all right, continue.
No, but no. Anyway, well, first of all, we was having a great conversation right there.
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay. To wrap it up, man. I think
it was a comparison to God talking to
I think
is people on their level. Parents talking to their children on a certain level.
Sometimes you don't worry about being a burden to somebody. Sometimes you need to let it out and let that. And it takes a certain kind of friend or special kind of friend to not let that run them off.
Right.
Right. Because if I'm your friend, then I should be here for you. I should be here for you. And I should figure out a way to help, whether it's through my words, whether it's through prayer, whether it's through therapy, whatever we got to do. If there's a way to help, cool. And here's the thing. Your discernment has to be up. Because your discernment will let you know if this is a waste of time or not. If somebody is causing their own stuff and or is a detriment to themselves, and God is pulling you back, like, look, man, just leave them alone because they're doing it to themselves. I've been told them that. I've been showing them the signs. I showed them all things. I sent all the people. They're just they're reckless to themselves. You pull away because they're trying to drag you down with them with whatever kind of misery they're on. You know what I mean? So your discernment will let you know if these people are operating in good spirit or not. That's also.
This is a story that I just thought of right now that is relevant to what we're talking about. Maybe some things are off, but listen to this. So back in the day, I was a trainer, right? Like a personal trainer at the gym or whatever. But I was taking some people from my job to go work out. And there was a dude that my buddy, I won't say his name, but he wanted to work out because he had never worked out before. And he wanted to get in shape. He was just interested in getting in shape. You know what I mean? But it started with us, me and him, we're going to go to the gym. But then a couple of our coworkers tagged along like, oh, I'll go. I want to go too. And the one who really wanted to work out was the original guy. And so we get to the gym and everybody else is on a little bit of a higher level, right? So I shape the workout towards the higher level, towards the people who aren't even there because they want to be there. They just having fun, tag along. Like, all right. And so I train everybody to this level. Like, okay, so this is the workout. Yeah. So I put a workout at advance for people that ain't even coming back, but neglecting the one who reached out and said, could you help me? Yeah. And the workout was so like strenuous that it pushed him away from working out. He didn't want to come back. For sure. Because now everybody's outworking him. Now he can't produce what everybody else is. And because I catered to the people that weren't even in need. Wow. Yeah. And the person who was in need, I totally just overlooked him and like, no, let's do this. So,
drove him away. Drove him away from
it by putting him on a level that he wasn't at. Yeah. And then putting priority on others that didn't really.
How far in did you notice that was happening?
Probably like 3 minutes.
Wait, I'm sorry. 3 minutes into the workout?
Yeah. That he wasn't capable of doing.
Wait. So what happened?
Oh, man.
Not the laugh, but
the struggle was real.
Wait.
But I couldn't go back for him.
What I meant was.
Oh.
Yeah, so would you notice that the way you handled that was wrong?
Oh, because I thought you were talking about how did I know he was laying down on the ground in the corner.
I'm sure.
And I was like, come on, man.
Yeah, you
still push. This is pathetic.
Right. And so
look at such and such.
Obviously weren't a professional trainer. You was just a trainer.
I had a certification, but I was not professional.
Right. Not that moment, I mean. That's what I mean.
And they also weren't paying me.
Okay, for sure. That's that a bright side? I don't know if that's a...
No, I was just doing it out of the kindness of my heart, but some other part of me took over.
Yeah. That's... So...
The value was in the...
He only did the one workout?
He didn't even finish the workout.
He left. He left?
No, he's laid on the ground till we were done.
So what happened next?
He never... I said, hey, you coming back today?
What's he doing today?
Like, wait, are you coming?
Hey, man, I'm not laughing at... That's so funny. It's only funny because you handled that.
Very wrong.
Very wrong.
Very, very wrong. But it's a good lesson to not overlook the people that are there in need.
Yeah.
Seeking help. And then don't rub it in their face.
You rubbed it in their face?
Yeah. Like, well, look at this pathetic dude. He can't do it.
Oh, you said that? Yeah. I thought you were saying it to me.
No. I was like, look at this. Look at him laying on the ground.
Wow.
You're going to let them?
And you actually there for him. And if they weren't there, you could have gave him the proper training because you knew where he was at. Yeah. So you know just where he needs to be, what kind of reps he needs to do, what kind of weight, whatever kind of incline on the treadmill. You would have known what to do. But you based it on what everybody else was doing. Yeah. And not, it's kind of like how some of these people on Instagram have these miracle diets. And like, if you do this, and I'm like, well, everybody's body's not the same. This don't even make sense. Right. Everybody's body's not the same. They're not the same weight. Everybody can't do this one thing, and we all get in great shape.
Right.
That's not realistic. So you were kind of doing the same thing, just live.
Just live.
We all can't do this because there's different people who, work out different shapes.
So he never worked out. He had never worked out before. And so the workout I gave them was called the 10-10s.
Yeah.
It's 10 workouts, and you start at 10 and go the next rep is 9. The next rep is 8.
All the way down.
All the way down. Or you can start at 1 and go up. So I started him at 1.
Oh.
And so he got a little bit through maybe to 3. I don't even think he made it to 3.
Yeah.
But then
wow. Yeah. Now, after that, did you offer him yo, I'm sorry, my bad. You just never talked to him again?
He worked for me.
Oh, after that?
No, he did. He worked.
Got it. Okay.
So I was a lead. I was his lead at the time, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and just had our casual work relationship. I guess you're not going to be at the gym today, huh?
That's you said?
Yeah.
So you continued.
I tried to shame him into going back, but it did not work.
Yeah. Because there's two ways that can work. Sometimes it motivates people.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes it can work, but then there's the other time where it can push them in a darker. Yeah.
So I learned a lot from that.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, yes, he is. He is alive, and he's well.
Good.
But to answer your question, when did I notice that was wrong?
Yeah.
When I became out of shape.
Put you in his footsteps, not the exact same, but somebody who didn't really exercise regularly, and then
I tried to do that workout when I was out of shape.
Oh,
it was like,
wow.
Brings me to a time.
Yeah.
Of a better, not a better me, a more in shape me. That was
I like that. Not necessarily a better me. A more in shape me, yes. But I could have been better.
I could have been a better person.
That's a good lesson right there, I think. What did you learn from that? Let's talk about that.
What did we learn from that?
No, not we.
Oh.
I knew I would have done that. But I'm saying, what?
To not overlook the one in need of help. To
that's a bar.
To cater to those who are just there to be there.
Wait, you to cater to?
Because I catered to the people that just
to not cater to
the people that just tagged along.
Yeah.
And because they're at a higher level, you know what I mean? No, stay focused on the one in need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's a good lesson, man. I'm glad you learned it.
I did learn it. I did learn it. It haunts me. I still think of the groans and the sounds he was making, but
like for example, sounds.
I'm gonna fucking die.
I'm not laughing at him dying or feel like you're gonna die. I was laughing how you said it.
How did I say it?
In that same kind of way.
I'm gonna fucking die.
He said that.
Yeah. I was like, no, you're not. Just keep going. And so as we were running, he was crawling, and I was like, get off your knees. Is this where you want to be? Is this where you want to be as a man, on your knees?
Oh, wow.
He said, I feel like my heart is gonna explode. I said, I bet it does. I bet it does, loser. So those.
Did y'all go back to work the next day?
Huh?
You go back to work the next day?
Yeah. He did not.
He quit?
No, he came back. He did not come back the next day.
Okay. Wow.
Call the ambulance. Like what?
What's the feeling I'm looking for?
Call the ambulance.
Did you feel shame? Did you feel shame?
For him, a ton.
But not because of how he was treated.
Because as he was crawling by, there was women on bicycles, like the exercise bikes.
Yeah.
He's crawling, they were laughing at him.
Some people wouldn't have made it back from that.
He made it back. He's a strong guy, and it made me stronger as a person. His struggle and my ugliness made me stronger, made him stronger. So sometimes you got to go through ugly things to get better.
Yeah. Did you apologize?
No. Because why apologize when we made both of each other better?
I think you're answering for him. So, if you are wronged, someone is wronged. That may be a friend or associate, however y'all had a business relationship. And you did the wrong. I think, and the Bible says you should forgive them. I'm sorry. you should ask for forgiveness. And if vice versa happens, you should forgive them. I'm not saying you should do that now. I can't tell you what to do.
He thanked me.
Thank you for what?
He did thank me.
For almost killing him?
For not making him finish the workout. He said, thank you, Jason.
Oh, because I almost died. That's not what I mean. That's a different kind of, you don't see how that's different.
Cigarette.
That's like somebody trying to kill me. I'm like, oh, thanks for not killing me.
You should thank them, right?
You're probably in an act of fear, but why are you trying to kill me? So I'm not going to thank you later on in life because thanks that one guy who just didn't kill me that day because, you know, that's not how that works. You are appreciative that you are still alive. 100%. Am I correct? 100%.
Yeah, you almost made me raise my voice.
100%. Hey, man, do your thing. You know, Release. Release. You got to let it out. We talked about that.
Yes.
You want to let it out here? So people can see?
I already said I was not as well balanced as I am today. It's not. And we both grow from the situation. We both grown from the situation. He's thanked me in the time. Thanked me. And I moved forward and now I learned the lesson. But
you never say I apologize. Let me ask you this. Do you feel like, well, you obviously feel like it was wrong. You said that. That's what you said, right? Feel like it was wrong. You feel like you handled that all wrong, right? I'm assuming that if you were to do it again, you would not handle him in the same kind of way. Right? I think I'm correct in that, right?
I believe so. You're right. So? No, you're right. Okay. No, I know you're right. Okay. I would not.
So that's what I mean. I mean, if you knew you were wrong, you handled him wrong, you in hindsight, man, I was wrong. I shouldn't have treated him like that. That was wrong. Usually that's where apologies go. Now, you don't have to put it there. You know, you live life and you move on, but...
I may not have brought him to the gym.
What you mean?
I'm never going to lower my standards for someone who's not capable. You can reach your level up to me, because I might not be a good trainer to train. I'm not a trainer anymore. I've never became a trainer.
No, for sure.
I took the certification, passed. Did I train anybody?
Yeah, nah.
A couple. They never called me back.
Yeah. Yeah, because you got to have compassion.
You do. Would you like to train with me?
I can. I can?
Yeah. Would you like to start a training regimen?
You can't treat me like the guy.
No, I will not. Okay. I'm a better person now.
I can. I need to work out anyway.
I don't. The gym. I have just cleaned out the garage. I put all the stuff aside and have it all straightened out. We can start working out.
Would you know how to I don't know how to ask that question without there's a pause moment in there somewhere that was about to come. I'm saying, like, would you know what to do? Mature, dude. No, for sure. Would you know what to do? Because I need new exercise. Seriously.
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I need to show weight. I don't need to hit the weights heavy. No. I don't need to do that. I need to drop weight.
Yeah.
Okay. You heard it here. You know, we're going to start working out.
I'm a much better person. And all jokes aside, I was wrong with that. And I am way better. But I did not acknowledge or receive how I was behaving until I looked back on it and reflected. And I would totally handle it a different way. I would meet him, like you said.
For sure.
Meet people at their level.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Meet them at their level. And who really needs the help? Those people are this dude. You know what I mean? Like that dude who actually took it upon himself to ask for help. It's not easy to just sometimes be able to go up to somebody and humble yourself and be like, can you help me with this?
I think the beauty in it is that when you reflect, we all see where mistakes were made, and then we change, because that's the real proof change behavior, right?
Right.
I think the beauty in it though is that even in the moment, you both, in a sense, needed each other because you had to learn something about yourself, especially in the teaching moment, of how you were in the moment of teaching. And maybe you put the what they said, put the cart before the horse in that aspect, because though you knew the technicalities on how to train, at that point you may not have had all the compassion you need to have for the client.
And I did nothing from the books.
Okay, for sure. So and also he needed
no assessment
to be pushed to a level where So here's what happens.
Oh, there's another lesson in there.
Please go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go. Here's what happens.
I was going to say, he also, there's a reflection moment in there where once you get past the maybe embarrassment or pain of trying to work out, at a different level than you're actually at, sometimes it lights a fire in you where it makes you feel like I don't ever want to feel like that again, where I can't do something. I'm too tired to do 2 reps or a couple of reps or whatever. I remember when I started walking with my wife, we started walking during the pandemic. We started walking every morning, and I ain't walked in years. And I remember being out there in my first
not walked to work out. You haven't walked.
Yeah, I'm sorry, like you have to work out.
Yeah,
and I remember I did the first lap around the thing. And I was tired.
Winded.
Super winded, and I'm like, I was embarrassed, and also like I can't keep going.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I went the next day.
Okay.
So after maybe the third time, or maybe only doing one lap, and then maybe the fourth time, I was like, okay, I did 2 laps, and then eventually I got up to doing like miles. I used to walk 6-7 miles,
but you had to work your way up.
Work my way up because I had to not give up in a sense. That's the part I need help with, like consistency, because I need to start again, be more consistent. I'm a little older in life. I got to take care of myself more seriously, my health more seriously. And I look at it differently now. And to my guy who couldn't do it that day, I'm sure that's what he was feeling as I was feeling going around the track, kind of like, I'm embarrassed that I can't do it. It ain't that, it's not that, forget the amount of weight or the distance you have to walk or run or whatever. It's more so, can you do it?
Can you do it?
And when you can't, being out of shape, it messes with you on so many levels, especially, I can't say especially for men, but speaking for men.
That's what made me reflect on it, being out of shape and not being able to do it.
You're like, why can't I walk here?
That was my base workout. My base workout was 10-10s.
Yeah.
And I could still do a workout. I could still lift weights after that. So it would be pull-ups, dips, push-ups, sit-ups, squats,
that ain't for everybody.
burpees, you know what I mean? Like 10-10s.
That's not the exercise you would put on a brand new, somebody out of shape, maybe a heavy guy or heavy woman, and you wouldn't start them on that.
No.
And you were kind of putting everybody on the one diet.
One diet.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
And so what I was going to segue into was I grew up from 5 or 6 years old, running track my whole life.
Okay.
Right? And then I ran with the Long Beach Sprinters. Then I ran with Fast Action, Coach McBride to Fast Action, which is Lashinda Demas, the girl I had on, the woman I had on with the gold medalist. Her parents were my coaches, Yolanda and Dwayne. Crazy coaches, like will run you into they would get the best out of you, and they knew exactly how they were training. Okay. But that was my base.
Right.
Was that was my base, was being run into the ground, like in the best shape of my life, and then still doing 3 or 4 sports on top of that. You know what
crazy,
I mean?
Yeah.
So then I went to high school and I ran track for Poly at Poly. Our middle distance track team was called Death Row.
Really?
Death Row, because of how hard the workouts were. And so, so we used to train. Manny was on the team. Manny's older brother's on the team. So I never knew anything but
go hard.
Go hard.
Yeah.
If you don't feel like your legs are dying or your legs are shaking, it's not a workout. So I had to learn that, and look like, hey, your base is other people's unachievable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Especially without the time and practice and yeah, for sure.
And so I had to realize and come to oh shoot, fool, you are not your parameters or your measuring sticks, whatever your barometer is, it needs to be readjusted. And
until you learn that's why they say, first of all, everybody can't be a teacher.
Right.
Because you have to, for example, just because somebody is a college professor who teaches whatever kind of physics, quantum physics, whatever, don't mean they can teach science to elementary students.
Right.
Right. With all that you know, it does not mean that, because there's a different kind of finesse in the way you teach a child over an adult. You know what I mean? Different than adults. So
meet them at their
level, right? It's like knowing how to adjust, knowing when to shift gears, knowing how to bring it down, knowing how to pull it back.
You got to get that out of your vocabulary.
What's that?
Shift.
Well, yeah.
Take it out.
Yeah.
But you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Did that bring up a bad memory? Sorry.
Not bad. No, not bad memories. It was just tough. It was tough.
Let's not
I'm not going to go there. I'm not going to go there.
But I would say just for
tough.
you, like I would say, or maybe I shouldn't have reminded you of shift. But I would, if I was you, I would get that out of my vocabulary. Find another word for shift, because I know that.
What was that? What's another word for shift? It was
transition or transit. Not with the guy who's in off. Never mind. He's attacking that. Another word for shift: resort, resource, expedient.
Resort, resource, expedient.
That's what it says. What is slang for shift? No.
Yeah, it's probably. Is there a slang word for shift? No.
Get up on it.
Oh, that's.
Oh, what kind of shift are you talking about?
Yeah, I'm about to say that was now. That's you took me back with that one.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
Okay.
There was some good times. I mean, but then it was a lot of
moving forward.
tough times. A lot of tough times as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We don't want to. We don't want to harp on that.
Sorry.
You know, very dark. Yeah.
Let's get into a lighter subject.
Yeah. Please. Team, let's move on.
Team, friends, family, chat, everybody out there, consumers. Lighter subject.
Okay.
This is for you. Thank you for bringing Badlucc through.
Oh man, first of all, I wanted you to meet him because he's a great friend of mine, and I love when my friends are dope people and creatives meet, because I always feel like there's an introduction to be made, but the introduction is just the beginning part. Like, I'm never the guy who wants to be in between, pause all these situations, right? It's like, what can y'all build something? Maybe you'll need something of resources of his, right, and vice versa, so y'all can build. He's really, like I said, he's a super cool dude, highly intelligent, really good with the city, big in Leimert Park, big in the, like, underground hip hop scene. He's killing it. Like, he's killing it and does a lot of amazing creative things.
He just fit right in and just
right in,
blew the walls down.
Right in. He's a and it's like, once you talk to him, it's some of the stuff is wild that you may hear, but he's not saying it to be funny.
And there's substance to it.
It may seem like a lot, but once you listen to him and he break it down, then it's like, oh, okay, wait a minute. I didn't know I felt like this about this topic.
I didn't know. After the end of the show, as we ended the show, I was like, oh, he's a comedian. He's stand-up. He's a stand-up comedian. Because how he ended it, with what he ended it with.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, there's no way he just
that was a bit, right?
There's no way he just riffed that.
Right.
No, you wrote that.
That was a bit, for sure. It seemed like a bit.
Just off the top. And then we ended talking. He had the funniest. You already know what I'm talking about. We're not going to talk about it here because that's his. But I thought about that all week.
Dude.
Going back to the original state.
Yeah.
Boop. Like, very funny dude. So I want to thank you for that.
I think one of the things I think we can do here is, look, man, everybody, when people have shows, podcasts, whatever, everybody's always trying to invite the famous guy, right, or somebody with the name or whatever case may be. But do you know how many interesting friends you have? Not you per se. I know we got interesting friends, right? But for the viewer, when it comes to, or anybody creating podcasts or creating a space where they want to interview people or have people involved, there's so many people that I know firsthand friends with in my life that are amazing personalities.
Amazing. For
so many different reasons, whether super smart, super funny, great acting, just great hosting, great orators, good with speaking. So I really want to show these people to the public and masses and maybe help create a following for them. Right. And a lot of them have followers already, but I mean, for the person who just doesn't, your one friend who's super smart, hilarious, but nobody know him but you and the friends around. He's not like a famous face.
You're the funniest person I know.
They should have a platform. Should. Or just an area where you can show how they do, whatever that is, So I'm glad he came. I'm glad Badlucc came, and he's an amazing dude, and I'm so excited about what we're doing here with Relatable, because we have the leeway in and the floodgates are open to create however we see fit.
Right.
So whatever kind of guest, they may be famous. You know what I mean? Now, we don't want to make it guest heavy because I don't want to rely on guests.
Right.
Because that's tough with scheduling and stuff like that, relying on guests. Especially when we do it every week. And not a huge platform where people are lined up at a door trying to come in every week for a promote or whatever the case may be. So I'm just excited about the future of this podcast. And Badlucc, man, shout out to you. Thank you for coming by, man. You're always welcome. Just keep creating, keep being dope, and yeah, man, yeah, for sure.
Thank you for that, because that was you hit me up and you was like, hey, I got somebody I know, and I believe, I trust you and I believe you. I'm like, okay, but I was more excited to see you, like, I got something just and it really turned out to be a great experience. So that was dope. So let's bring it into what's going on right now in the world. Okay. Like, not to dive too deep into it, but Trump is now the president.
For sure.
What's Miss Harris, Vice President Harris?
Okay.
Vice President Harris.
Right.
Sixth grade.
Where I got
Sixth grade.
No, that was good.
Meet me at my level, dog.
Yeah, I got you.
She lost. It would have. A lot of people were excited to see the first female president.
Yep.
Didn't happen.
Mm-hmm.
Trump, second time coming, like he's here. And I'm not going to get into like this one, that one, whatever. For sure. But I want to talk about like the energy the next day.
So as far as how I saw it, there were, mind you, when I speak on this about the energy, we can only view things from our perspective. Mm-hmm. So if most of the people I follow or around or follow me are more heavy into the Democratic space, especially tons of black people. Right. And, the Democratic Party for black people is usually typically where they go, where they crowd up, or where they, that I've seen a ton of people upset, disappointed. How could you? Yeah. Why was you? The cold part, right, is that whether you, you didn't vote for Trump. I'm talking about people I'm talking about. Yeah. You didn't vote for Trump, but we now have Trump as the president. So now I'm hearing a lot of people kind of like joking about or clowning people who did vote for Trump, and that may be affected by some of the things that Trump is trying to implement. Yeah. Right? So you get a lot of ha-ha, that's what y'all get moments. Yes. You're going to get what you deserve now. You get a lot of that now, Now, that I don't necessarily all the way agree, only because right is right and wrong is wrong. So though you may have put yourself in a situation by voting for a certain person, I still don't like for families to be torn apart due to new immigrant laws. I'm not going to say hee ha ha about that. Yeah, I'm not. I can't. This is what you get. You voted for this. I'm not going to do that. What is that? Make your bed and sleep. Yep. Make your bed and lay in it. Yep. And so, like, when we're talking about families and people, like, I already knew it was like people were so far on different ends of the spectrum, but it really woke me up to like, damn, we're not anywhere close to getting along, where it was either people were completely devastated or people were completely rejoicing. Right. Very few were like, I understand. Okay, let's see what we can do. Very few. Yeah. Dude, it was like the in-between is vast, and it's like nobody was really like, hey, we lost, or hey, we won, but come on, y'all, let's go here, let's move forward. It was either, no, you're on that side and I'm on this side, and that's where we're gonna. That's it. People chose sides, and it happens every election. It gets worse though. It just gradually. Do you ever remember it being this bad? I think as, one, because social media helped with that a lot. Right. Because so I was born in the Reagan era, basically. Right. And you was born in the Reagan era. We were born in the Reagan era, right? So first of all, there wasn't no social media, so there's that, right? All our news came from the same people who feed you all the news today. Right. Right. So we had to take whatever they reported on as law. Well, we didn't have to. We just didn't have the wherewithal to do any kind of research behind what was going on. So The Reagan era brought in drugs and all that stuff like that. And then even with that, that was like, at the time, conspiracy theory, because there was no news reporting on this. There's no social media where somebody is giving real facts with sources about certain behind the curtain acts your government be doing, right? Or like, or I remember when 9/11 happened. It's a long point, but I remember when 9/11 happened. There were, because America, since the older wars in this country, Vietnam War and all that stuff like that. America, in my opinion, from a civilian standpoint, are not prepared for a war. Right?
The civilians.
Yeah, civilians.
Yeah.
Our military base, I'm never worried about them. They're the biggest and baddest, hands down. I don't care who got what. Right?
It don't matter what
I don't care who got what. America is, no matter what people think about them, whatever, that's one thing we are the big dogs in. Military. Nobody do not play with us.
But the dynamics are the duality of this is our military, but this is the civilians.
But the civilians,
it's completely
different. We're not prepared, but we also had at the time had the luxury of not being prepared due to our military being
Happy Veterans Day just passed.
Oh, for sure.
Happy Veterans Day to all the military, all the service members. Shout out to y'all, all the love. What y'all do is not easy. Coming back to maybe some ungrateful people, but we appreciate all veterans. It's got to be tough. You know what I mean? But
absolutely.
Shout out to the veterans out there. Everybody that's serving in the services. Shout out to y'all. All the love.
For sure.
But back to what you're saying. I'm sorry.
I don't even know what I'm saying.
You were saying about how our military, how strong our military is, and how the civilians are not on the same page.
Oh yeah, they're not prepared, because we had the luxury of not being prepared, not having to be prepared, because our military is who they are.
Yeah, because you know what it is? Mm-hmm. Like, it's like our military has to eat some tough stuff. And they have to deal with that shit every day, day in, day out.
Yeah.
We're not even ready to smell what they have to eat.
No. We're not ready for it. We're not ready for it's a lot of stuff going on, and we're not prepared to deal with it. We
can't even smell what they have to eat without complaining like our lives are over.
Oh, that's where I was at too. So
there we go.
I talked about 9/11 when I was going on, and I remember I was on Facebook.
Okay.
And
this is back then.
Okay. So I was on Facebook, and I had people in my inbox who knew I was from America, knew I lived over here, were telling me how to. I'm sorry, not even 9/11. My bad. I went too far back. When the Mike Brown stuff was going on, all the George Floyd, all stuff like that, right? But before George Floyd, when it was Mike Brown and Eric Garner and all that stuff was going on.
Eric Garner was New York.
Mike Brown was St. Louis.
St. Louis,
right? So when all that stuff was going on, people started the riots started kicking off. That's when I started getting DMs from people that are in other countries, overseas in other countries, explaining to me how to. I remember one guy was telling me how to deal with pepper spray.
Okay.
And they was telling me how he's from Egypt.
Okay.
He was telling me yo, because I see they setting up police are hitting people with pepper spray and bear spray, right? They was take a towel or a shirt or shirt, whatever, pour milk on it.
Okay.
And you keep that over your eyes. That'll keep you protected from, it'll soothe the pain from pepper spray and keep protected from pepper spray. And another guy, I forgot what country he was in, he was talking about how get a bunch of tires and set the tires on fire. Mm-hmm. Because if you burn the tires, they can't see behind the wall of smoke.
Oh, but that puts you in the mindset how unprepared we are. People call it from other places. This is how you deal with that.
Regular people, I'm talking about people just of the neighborhood, are hitting me from across the globe on how to survive something you've never survived.
Never even experienced.
Right? So I'm it put a real eye-opening perspective on how we as Americans have also been sitting in luxury.
Oh man.
Though we may be dealing with our own brokenness or poverty in certain kind of areas, and we dealing with, it's hard to make another dollar, or LA is so expensive, but also compared to others, this is luxury.
It's luxury, and we're living in the lap of luxury at the cost of what other people are doing for us. and then turn the other cheek to complain about what they're doing.
Just right, it's a cycle of BS.
Like you living the life of luxury because of what they're doing and where they're keeping us. You agree or not agree with how strong or how things are done, but guess what? This couch, this thing that I'm sitting in that's so comfortable, I can't complain about this at all. I got it.
You got it for sure. And
food in the refrigerator, lights, all this. And then be on the side to complain and be like, y'all need to do this.
Yeah,
this. It's out.
Nah, it's out. So yeah, that just reminds me of that. We are prepared, and it's a shame because what do you do? And we can't be too arrogant to believe we're never going to go through no real global threat on this nation. We can't be before 9/11, the country was very laxed on like worried about warfare,
right?
Because I assume, I don't know this to be a fact, I assume they took it as like, oh, you niggas ain't gonna do nothing.
Right.
Ain't nobody gonna do nothing. Ain't nobody trying us.
Look,
you know who we are? Like,
I was traveling with my yearbook as my ID.
Oh, wow.
Before 9/11.
Yeah.
I was in New York.
Wow.
5 days. I think like 5 days before that happened. Then we flew out to Puerto Rico to visit my grandma. So I flew from here to New York, spent time in New York, then from New York to Puerto Rico.
Wow.
With my yearbook.
Wow. Yeah.
You go ahead and try that shit right now.
Right. It's not happening.
It was a different, like low key, pre 9/11 and post, not even low key, high key. It's a completely different world.
Dude, it's funny because you say that, and I'm like, if you think about security measures now, and just by being on a plane, right? The bulletproof door, and where they can't get in the pilot's cabin, which is a new thing, right? In my mind, I'm like, damn, we really was slipping, right? Because how could nobody think about this? How could nobody think about this before? So in all the years, planes been flying back and forth in and out of Los Angeles. Like, nobody never thought to make the cabin doors where you can only lock them from the inside, and they should be bulletproof.
Right.
Just in case
some bullshit.
A hostage situation.
Right.
You know what I mean? You would think that was thought about, and I'm not saying it's not.
The lap of luxury.
There it is.
But look, also, right now, in this day and age, this time, you cannot get on a 747 or whatever these planes are with all these people. The preparedness of the individuals, you can't do anything with a box cutter and get to do anything.
Nah.
The whole plane will jump on your head.
For sure.
They did it with a box cutter. You know what I mean? And like we were at a place of docileness where a dude with box cutters took a plane. It won't happen now. Like,
and it's crazy because you when you think about, just say you think about yourself on that plane.
Oh man.
You know, God forbid any of that happens, anything close to that even happen ever again. I rebuke that. Right?
They would have box cutted me all the way up.
Because I was going to say, here's the thing also, not to say about you.
I would look like a mummy.
Most of us aren't prepared for that kind of situation. And most of us won't necessarily jump into action when it's going on, right? So very small, in my opinion, it may be a very small percentage of people who would have actually did something in that moment. And here's the thing, here's the other percentage, larger percentage is that if you're in that space, what do you do?
Well,
and I mean from the standpoint of like, okay, you got a box cutter and you're trapped. There's two options. You're going to die from this box cutter.
No.
Or die from...
So look, it's a different... Now that's our outlook because of what happened.
Right.
Before that happened, a dude with a box cutter is like, hey, don't worry, this and that, chill out.
Yeah.
But now those people in their heads didn't ever think that they were going to go into a tower.
No, not at all.
They didn't think that was the outcome. They didn't know the severity.
But here's the thing. Even if it wasn't about going into the towers, It was more so about being on the plane.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, being that high up in the air, you don't want no disturbances.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. What's the air pockets? When the plane gets shaking?
Turbulence.
That's why turbulence is such a feared thing.
6th grade.
Because that's what turbulence is a crazy thing because you're never really comfortable. Once you're in the air and stuff start happening, it's the first sign of you're not in control.
Right.
So if somebody just jump up in the air, start screaming something in another language, and pull out a box cutter, all that hero stuff you think you might be thinking about, you don't think about that.
I want to say I want to agree to disagree.
Mm-hmm.
I think then I agree, yes. But I think now that they know what, because I feel like they didn't think.
But that's what I'm talking about then.
I don't, oh, then,
Yeah. I'm talking about then, for sure.
But now I think now that it's so, like.
Somebody send a text off real fast or.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Silent call or whatever, so.
Because it's like, oh, let's just be calm. We'll just get through this. We'll get through this.
Yeah.
But now like, no, they ain't no getting through us. The outcome is us not making it.
Yeah.
They could, like, that is what is, and so people,
you don't want to risk that.
I don't want to risk that, and I hope that people are more aware and more diligent in how they behave in that kind of situation because, like, damn, it's babies on here. Like, you're not gonna risk but you never know until you're in that situation.
I have a question, side note question. It has nothing to do with the topic. The last topic.
Welcome to Relatable, episode 5, Lucky Rios. Hey, let's go.
I'm almost finished with Yellowstone. I'm on episode 8, season 5, episode 8.
Okay. Oh, you're at the last episode.
Yeah. Oh, is episode 8 last episode?
Episode 8 is the episode that they stopped for 2 years.
Oh, I'm at the last episode. So I'm watching that. Rip is about to go on the road because they're trying to move the horses. Move the cattle. Mm-hmm. But the Beth is trying to talk them into. Sorry for the viewers who haven't seen the show. Sorry for you who haven't seen the show. Beth is trying to get them to go into meat selling. Basically, like,
yeah, exactly. Cut it up.
Cut it up. Like, you can make way more money. It's a proven thing. I don't know.
They don't want to go into the future though. Like, they don't want to adjust.
He don't.
Yeah, he don't want to adjust.
Yeah.
And so
yeah, I'm on there, and I'm like, man, I'm looking at. So let me tell you where I am with characters.
Okay.
Since I've been through majority of seasons, right?
Let's go, baby.
It's where I am with characters. Okay, bring up. Okay, you name some characters, and I'll tell you what I think about these characters.
Jimmy.
I love Jimmy.
Why?
I love Jimmy. Because Jimmy came in as an innocent. Technically, I mean, he was second judge before, but he came in as an innocent, scared, didn't know how to cowboy, being punked basically by everybody, right? And he found his footing and is becoming an awesome cowboy, right? And what it shows is that the best thing that happened to Jimmy was when Pops, I forgot his name, John, when John Dutton sent him to 6666.
Yeah, that was the best thing for him.
Best thing that ever happened to him. Because it taught him how to be a cowboy, but their teaching, talked about that earlier, how you deliver something, it was way better how he's taught there than how Rip teaches.
Right.
Rip is a very old school, cutthroat, no feeling kind of way of teaching.
He's a fucking bear.
Right, he's right. So the way they do over there is very like, hands on, take your time, but we got to get it done. And I think he learned a lot fast. Yeah. And he was willing to learn more. I remember he was practicing on when he was throwing the rope. Last one. Yeah. He's practicing on his own because he wanted to learn something, be good at something. And yeah, he invested more when he got over there. He put more into the learning part. Anyway, that's about Jimmy.
Look at the beauty of that. That's just a small side character, and look how invested you are.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, the way that they do character development on Yellowstone is why I say it sets it apart from everything.
For sure.
Jamie.
Yeah, Jamie, I don't. Okay, here's the thing about Jamie. Jamie is you feel bad for him because he's looked at as he's not really a part of the family. He's kind of like a attachment, a piece to come along with the family. You find out why as you go through the seasons, right? Of why they, but even with that being said, I think there was a way on how there's a way on how he could have presented himself. I don't think he was as loyal to the family as he should have been, as he could have been. Because though he thought he was loyal in certain kind of spaces, the mistakes you started to make was critical to the whole family.
The whole family. So the weakness that he had.
For sure.
You're a detriment.
For sure.
And guess who knew it from the beginning?
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about Beth.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
We got Beth. We got Rip. We got Casey. We got John. We got the Indians. We got the folks coming in, the New York folks, the California folks that looking at Yellowstone like a plaything, a toy. Like you guys are just coming here to tell us how to do this and just to come enjoy it and leave.
And then leave. We get out. Yep. Beth, which she got on my nerves majority of all the seasons, right? But one thing I also understand about Beth is, yes, she loves her family. She loves Rip. She loves her brother, Casey. That's pretty much it, right?
And the little boy.
I'm sorry. And Carter. And Carter and Tate and them don't count. I'm not counting them. Just like
Carter's the one that they're raising, right?
They're raising that. Yeah. So, I do like that she is with being married, with getting older, with dealing with her father in that crisis. I think it's making her a better human being. Now, I'm not saying she's going to completely heal in this.
No, there is no healing.
There's no healing. So, but I also found her approach to be maybe more suitable. Now that she's married, in love, he talked about how he made an honest woman of her. She started to ride horses again. Mm-hmm. Started to go out cowboy and go out with her husband.
But she hated horses for a good reason. She hated horses
for a long time. For sure. Absolutely. But, process and growth and you get through that
trauma
stuff. So,
and shit.
Yeah, I think Beth's cool. I think she still be like too much like on some like I'm gonna call somebody, get somebody kind of mentality. But she's cool.
Because Beth sees the worst of the scenario.
Yeah.
She sees the what is going to go wrong. She
which
sees
her job entails. So you gotta, that's what she's dope, because you also gotta learn patterns. Mm-hmm. She's been working in financial for years since college. So one thing she recognizes patterns. And she is, I'm not gonna talk anything about the first episode of part 2, because now you're 2 episodes away to being where I can talk to you about everything. Yeah.
But what Yellowstone did to me was like, God, and then you have your side shows. Yeah.
Oh yeah, my mom told me about 18.
Oh my Lord. I've never thought about the Oregon Trail and what the people had to do to get there and this and that. It puts in a whole different outlook.
Oh wow, okay.
And so what Yellowstone did, I've never watched a white show and felt like...
What if the power cut off right after that? I never watched a white show.
And never will. Like, and felt like the connection to it. Like, I've always been like, okay, I can't really.
Now, but break that out. How you feel connected to the show?
Because look at like Rip. Mm-hmm. Rip got put on, right?
Yeah.
Like, he got put on.
Yeah.
Because if I'm going to hide this and bury this, you're here forever.
And then, right, for sure. Because you killed that guy when you were, 14, 15?
14.
15, you buried the body in Long Beach somewhere.
So you want to get me involved.
Under Polly, the football field. But... Yeah, so I can see the correlation by how you, never went to jail, hit it, right?
You know what I mean? Like, and he was just down for the cause.
Right off the 40-yard line, close to on the left of the field, you would find the body there. But I understand, but the fact that you just stay down, stay committed, stay focused, and then, you kind of lead the way.
Loyal to the soil.
Yeah.
And then families having dark sides and secrets. You know what I mean? Like, it made me like take away the color of the family, because then it started being like, family scenarios, family situations, dark secrets, enemies, allies, being able to look at it, and it was like, it became real. Like, and I've never had land like that or whatever.
Yeah.
And you could just imagine having something that valuable. The wolves of the world are coming to get what you have.
100%. How do I stop them?
And how they acquired it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't by theft. It was like a borrow.
Yeah.
It was like, as long as we could bury our people here, you could do what you like. You know what I mean? Like,
that's why.
And they're protecting that land from the real bad ones.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not a bad one.
Yeah.
The real ones that want resorts and hotels.
For sure. They coming in to change all this. Here's the thing,
it's a throwback. It's like a throwback.
For sure. Here's the thing, too. That's going to change out. I'm about to talk about a character. It was a character.
Last time, I was trying to tell him about this show, how good it was.
Yeah.
And it's kind of hard to tell somebody what the show entails.
Yeah. I like it, though. I think it's very well-rounded. I think it's way more than enough drama. But also, it's cut love story in certain places. You know what I mean? But that drama, and it don't stop. It keeps going. And it's always something new, always somebody bigger, always somebody with more money. And it's like, how do you... Here's the thing, too. So,
that's Beth, why y'all act like that.
and see, here's the thing about Beth, too, right? Back to Beth. She's the necessary evil because she can get ugly and cutthroat with the best of them. But also, her business plan for him was perfect.
Perfect.
John has to get out of his own way. You've done it. You've done a great job so far. Thank you, right? But you got to get out your own way. You got to... She told him, like, you are the rancher. You just do ranching. I'm the businessman.
Right.
That's how we work this all out. But if you don't allow me to be the businessman, I can't help you. You know what I mean? So he got to get out of stubborn ways about that.
Think about getting DP, disciplined.
Yeah. That's
another part in there. Rip has to DP his good friend in front of people. You know what I mean? Like, and that's all that shit is.
That was tough to watch.
It's relatable though.
Man, that was tough to watch.
It's all relatable. Having to put down the law or like put the street code on somebody because of the streets is watching. And you may not necessarily want to beat somebody's ass, but because the streets is watching, you have to.
Set an example. Lloyd, and it's crazy because with Lloyd, you could tell when Lloyd was getting, when he was beating up Lloyd, whatever, he was like, I understand. Like, it hurt and all that.
I get it.
You know,
do what you got to do.
Also, I get it. I've been here long enough to know what happens to me if something like that happened. I let my emotions get the best of me because of some young girl that don't mean nothing and this other dude who is new I don't care about. And we were supposed to kill him a long time ago. So, and, you know, I understand the threat of that too because I can't imagine how long it's been for Lloyd to have found some kind of companionship.
Mm-hmm.
So,
damn, the one thing I got, you got to take?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. The one thing I have that ain't got nothing to do with that she just likes me, been flirting with me. I miss that feeling of being flirted with or some woman trying to get at me. He's an older dude, too. I miss that feeling of, like, somebody holding me at night in bed. You know, he's like, yo.
A companion. Like, I want a companion. And then that's so crazy. And then also Rip and Beth seeing Rip and Carter.
Yeah.
They're raising Rip the way they think Rip should have been raised. Yeah. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, that's the crazy part. Like, Beth sees Rip and Rip sees Rip. And they're raising this dude, this little boy.
For sure.
And so it's a lot of shit in there that, like, takes the veil off.
For sure.
And, like, reveals the underbelly.
It's definitely a good show. And I've been smoking through it. Definitely a great show. I can't wait to finish this one. And then I'm going to watch I kind of understand what happened because, you know, Instagram, you flow through Instagram, you're going to see, you can't stay up. No, but I can't, it's 2 or 3 days.
It's unavoidable.
Yeah, it's unavoidable. So now I don't know, look, I saw something and it gave me a glimpse. What it was, let me tell you what I saw. And I'll just say what I said because it was broad. It was a broad stroke. It was just talking about how fans are mad what happened, basically. They're pissed because they feel like that situation deserved more.
Way more.
And who it deserved more.
Way more.
You know, so I think they're pissed at that.
So you're going to take...
But here's the thing. I'm used to, right? I've been groomed for that type of stuff because I'm used to The Wire, Game of Thrones, right? Because, look, Ned got killed episode 9 of the first season.
Right.
Right? Right. We was like...
What? Yeah.
Because remember, first season of Game of Thrones, I do want to say on record, it's not doper than Game of Thrones too. Absolutely insane about that.
I said it's the reality best show versus the fictional best show.
Maybe.
Because Game of Thrones is just all sorcery. Like, when you can use sorcery, dragons. How do you put dragons up against cows?
Absolutely amazing.
Absolutely amazing.
Right. But I would say, what we liked about Game of Thrones was, like, that first season, first of all, nobody knew how people were going to be dying and all kind of stuff. We knew it was going to be death, but our first episode was pure mutilation, right? But we didn't know that we fell in love with the king because he was humble and the true king. And then you died and got killed in episode 9 of the first season.
Right.
Which gave us a very cold, harsh reality of this ain't going to be no easy ride. And don't fall in love with nobody because anybody can go.
But that's Yellowstone too.
For sure.
Because the son dies on the search warrant where he's going against the Indians. He gets smoked. Casey has to take his position. Remember, his favorite son died.
Yeah.
So it's like you can't catch. Like,
I forgot about that.
Yeah, nigga, like, don't sleep.
And
Nigga,
then when she lost her little brother,
and he killed his wife's
brother. Yeah,
and she hasn't told him.
Yeah, you still don't know. I forgot about that. She still don't know.
It's don't fuck with me.
That was
Yellowstone
tough.
got some cold shit.
That was tough. Yeah.
And that's off the jump.
Pissing me off with this woman. And I knew, and the thing was, he's a sucker off top. We knew he was a sucker, right?
We knew he was a sucker off top.
We knew that off top. But
then as the story unfolds even more.
And what's crazy is he's such a beast at his job.
Right.
If you was just working for your pops, it could have just been that.
That's it.
But you want to be the big dog. You want to be the big dog because you mad about your daddy. Your daddy wasn't shit.
But how relatable is this shit? Like,
right.
Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Game of Thrones, yes, because this is some shit in Westeros, some shit I could never experience, never even understand.
Yeah.
Can't even relate to some of this crazy shit.
For sure.
Yellowstone is relatable.
No, it's real, for sure. But Game of Thrones is...
Oh, Game of Thrones is definitely...
in a whole nother, I mean, I don't mean that.
You got the White Walkers, you got the fucking different empires. Like, come on, dog.
You got Arya, bro. You got
books that are written that you're following. Like, this is a show.
No, for sure.
That Taylor's, like, and I'm making excuses, but I do say Game of Thrones is number one. But.
Game of Thrones is insane. It's crazy. It's crazy. And what's crazy was The Wire was my people argue. I have homies right now argue me that down because their number one is The Wire, and my number one was The Wire until I see Game of Thrones.
I like The Wire. I hate drug nigga killing. I just hate that. I'm tired. I'm just so wore out. I was so wore out with that. Like, I like The Sopranos. I like Oz, The Wire. Those are all good, but it was just like
amazing shows.
Amazing
that
shows.
That just ran down was amazing.
Oh man,
you didn't like Breaking Bad?
I still haven't watched it.
Fan.
I hate drug shows though. Like, I hate.
First of all, here's the thing. This ain't crack. This is meth.
Okay.
So look, we think about this, right? We relate a lot to what we were raised around and seeing coming up.
Yeah.
Right? So any drug thing...
Maybe my own trauma makes me stop, like...
because anything, coke, crack, all of that, we did all that. We seen all that.
I hate seeing...
Even heroin, coke, crack.
Yeah.
We seen a bunch of movies where all that was going on. This is meth, which was... Well, nowadays, everybody doing a bunch of stuff, but that was not our thing.
Yeah.
That was not even our neighborhoods, right? And the dope part about it is that it's a teacher who is looking to cure himself because he got cancer.
Oh.
So it's a chemistry teacher.
Oh, shit.
He's a chemistry teacher that ended up getting cancer, and he doesn't have the money to live and radiation treatments and all that stuff like that.
Oh, so he
finds out one of his students who be ditching school and stuff like that. He's a meth, he cook, he's a cook.
Oh, I gotta watch it. Okay.
So he like, nigga, I'm a chemist. Like,
I can hook it up.
He's like, bro, I know what you're trying to do, but there's a better way to do this.
Oh, shit.
Fam. Bro, you don't understand. And I'll just tell you this one part. Now, they start to do it, cook, whatever, then something happens with the mix because his crystal meth comes out blue. But with that happening, It was the most fire meth ever.
Oh, shit.
So now you have a signature color for the most fire ever, and you're a teacher and your student. Y'all hustle. It's just y'all two. Y'all about to figure this out.
So the young dude that's with him was his student?
His student, bro.
Because I've seen little things of it. A little.
Let me tell you, Breaking Bad, to me, in my opinion, season 1 through 5, fire.
So wait, 5 to what is?
It's it. It is.
Oh, it's just
5.
1 through 5.
It's 5 seasons.
Oh, shit.
Seasons 1 through 5, fire, whole way through. Fire, bro. I'm talking about fire. And the fact that he had to, I'm not going to tell you a bunch of stuff in the show, but the fact that you have to become this dude. So with becoming this dude, you got to be, dude, you have the most fire meth, period.
Okay.
And now you got to become, you're a teacher with an American family. Your brother-in-law works for the DEA.
Oh, shit.
It's, bro, yeah, just watch Breaking Bad, bro.
Okay, I'm going to do Breaking Bad.
Bro.
I'm going to do Breaking Bad.
You and the wife. You and the wife, you got to watch it. Both of y'all. Me and the wife watched it. Stuck.
Have you seen, okay, so I'll do Breaking Bad.
For sure.
You just did Yellowstone.
For sure.
I'm going to do Breaking Bad.
Please do.
I just did Penguin. I'm caught up on Penguin.
You seen the last final?
Not the final episode.
Okay.
But
Did you like Penguin?
I like Penguin.
Fire. So the fact that it's Colin Farrell still trips me out.
Dude, I don't even realize it's him.
For sure.
I think Oz is him. Like, oh, you came into the audition as
this is a new character.
This is you.
It's a new character actor. He just looks crazy.
There's no makeup.
Right.
There's no anything like that. Is really
Penguin's done fire. But what show you about to say?
Ozark.
Bro, I love Ozark, bro.
Oh, okay.
What? Ozark, fire.
Because that's my other female
I tried to
actress.
tell my wife. about Ozark.
Oh, man.
Oh, what's her name?
The blonde hair curly hair?
Yeah.
Oh, my Lord.
She turned out to be, you seen it all the way through, right?
All the way through.
Okay, so we ain't gonna talk about that, but.
No. Okay, so you seen Ozark. Okay,
the whole way.
So Breaking Bad is up to par with Ozark and all that shit.
Bro, listen to what I tell you, bro.
Okay.
Breaking Bad is fire, bro. It's absolutely fire.
Okay.
It's so fire, the lady who lives at the house, she trying to get people to stop coming by. People, you ain't gonna get what I'm saying.
Oh, the house in the real world.
In real world. House in the real world, she get too many tourists. People come by. People come by the house. And she gets mad because people keep throwing whole pizzas on her roof. I'm not even gonna tell you why. You just gotta watch Breaking Bad. She's like, what the heck? So it's people come there and throw whole pizzas.
She better turn that into some revenue.
That's what I'm thinking.
She should turn that into some revenue. So it's cult life following. So okay, I'm doing Breaking Bad starting today.
Yeah, Breaking Bad is cult life.
I'm starting my workout today too.
You seen Sons of Anarchy?
No. Mm-mm. That's Taylor Sheridan.
You got it. Oh, same dude. Yellowstone with A9 fam. So if you know him, then you know.
I know anything he touches is.
Sons is and a little racist.
So I like the song, the intro song to
white
Sons of
bikers.
Anarchy. Yeah.
So I'm talking white bikers, like purebred, no black, no. If you got a drop of black blood or any kind of blood, no members. Nigga. Pure white. I'm talking about, but and they gun runners. Yeah.
All right.
And the mom, Gemma, who I hate her soul, right? It's Peggy Bundy. What's her name? I forgot her name, but Peggy Bundy is Jack's mom.
The mom? Peggy Bundy, the mom?
Peggy Bundy was Al Bundy's wife.
Yeah. Well, she's in that?
She's the mom of the main character.
I always loved her.
Not in the show.
I loved Peggy Bundy.
Well, absolutely, 100%.
As a woman.
First of all, people didn't talk about this at the time. We talk about now because we're adults and we're married. We're past that, right? But
I loved Peggy.
I was always mad when Al didn't go upstairs.
Man, so everybody liked his daughter. I was Peggy.
For sure.
Peggy was bomb.
Little tight, little leotard, little.
Man.
Yeah. I was like, Al's crazy. Wow.
Al is tripping. Hey, man, I've never.
It was crazy. She always wanted him too.
Yes.
I'm like, why don't you pour that into me?
She was madly
pour
in
that
love.
into me.
She was madly in love with Al, the shoe salesman.
That was insane.
Dude. So, okay. So I'm going to do that. But that's what I'm telling you about Taylor Sheridan.
Yeah.
Because you like Sons of Anarchy, you like Yellowstone, but you have his movies.
Yellowstone, and what's the movies?
Hell or High Water.
Is that old school?
No, it's new. It's with two brothers robbing banks.
Hell or High Water. I got to watch that.
Hell or High Water. Sicario.
Dude, what did I do to my phone? What kind of screensaver did I put on my phone?
Christmas boots again.
What did I do?
Sicario, Hell or High Water.
Sicario, Hell or High Water.
And
what else?
What's the other one? Wind River.
Wind River. That sounds like Rainwater Brother.
Dude, that's the dude from... yeah, Rainwater business too. But it's actors from Yellowstone are all throughout these movies.
I like his boy. Rainwater Security.
He's two braids?
Yeah. He's a beast. Sicario, Hell or High Water.
And Wind River.
And Rainwater. Okay.
Wind.
Oh. Dance Moon.
Those are called the Western Frontier.
Moonwalker. What'd you say?
Wind River.
Okay.
Come on, man. I'm being serious right
Wind
now.
River, right? WIND.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's a trilogy called The Western Frontier.
Okay.
And so he came out with those 3 movies, and then he's got his shows. Mayor of Kingstown.
That's his show too?
Yes.
Fire. The whole Mayor of Kingstown, fire.
Yeah, that's his show.
Oh, he's a beast, bro.
Taylor Sheridan is killing everything.
Mayor of Kingstown. I just recently watched that this year.
Yes.
All of it.
Yes.
Fire. Let me ask you this. Do you watch, it's not as fire as none of these shows, but it's an entertaining show.
What?
Do you watch Tulsa King?
Yeah.
I like Tulsa King.
That's Taylor Sheridan.
Dude, are you serious, bro?
I swear to God.
What?
Yes. That's Taylor Sheridan.
What is he not working?
Dude,
bro,
I don't know.
What?
But
how rich is he?
He just bought the 6666
Please add
a ranch.
Okay. I'm like, please
for
add another
$300 million.
The real ranch?
The real ranch.
There's a real 666 in his ranch?
Let me tell you. He just bought the ranch for $300 million. It's the biggest ranch in Texas.
Let me ask you this. Yellowstone in Montana, right? Mm-hmm. That's a real ranch that you can go to?
I don't know.
Not John. Obviously not John.
I don't know if Yellowstone is real. I'm not sure.
Is it a real area? I wonder.
I don't know.
Okay.
But I know the ranch he bought in Texas.
That's a real 6666 ranch. Really? Dude, he did Mayor of Kingstown too. He's
one of the actors in the movie. He's the one who's the head.
What movie?
In the show Yellowstone, he's the head rancher for 666. He's the guy that's fucking with Jamie.
Really?
That's Taylor Sheridan.
Wow, I did not know that. He's the one that told him about did you meet the 2 OGs in there?
Yeah.
And that's fire.
And he's like driving the truck always.
Yeah.
He's got the expensive horses.
Oh, no, not 666. He's a guy. He's independent, but now John Dutton hired him to do all of the events. The dude that was
the cool dude with the nice truck.
He be talking stuff.
Yes, that's Taylor Sheridan.
That's crazy. He looked like he didn't look like, I don't know what I would think a director would look like, but that's crazy. Yeah, he was.
Look at all the shit that you said that you like.
Yeah, I like. You know what? I love about character development because,
and he does a very good job.
With that guy, I forgot his name, but the guy Taylor Sheridan on the show. I thought he was an a-hole. Mm-hmm. I thought he was an arrogant a-hole. But what happened was, what I'm realizing is, no, he's not an arrogant a-hole. He just, he's very good at his job, for sure. He's very good. But also, he probably came across so many people who want to play cowboy.
Right.
But so he started to respect Jimmy. Yeah. Jamie, I'm sorry. Jimmy. He started to respect Jimmy. Once he's seen that, you doing the work. You did your thing. And so it respected it. And I love that about show that character growth.
And that's funny because, this is to segue out. Let's go.
We a full movie pod.
But the thing is,
TV show pod.
People that don't make it, right? That don't make it to the top. Some of the best don't make it there. Like in industries.
Yeah.
Basketball players, this and that. Yep. The best from the hood don't get there, right?
That's why you got these legendary names in the area.
Names. Yep. And I got a home. I don't know what makes me think of that, but maybe bring it up. But I got a homeboy, Jamar Chuck, right? Is a rapper. And so from Long Beach.
Wait. Chuck Taylor?
Yeah.
That's my boy. I got a song with Chuck Taylor.
Do you?
Yeah, what? Chuck Taylor
that's my
one of the
brother.
hardest ever, bro.
Wait, what?
Chuck Taylor, to me, in my opinion, one of the hardest ever.
I didn't try to tell niggas this.
Chuck, right?
Yes.
Chuck.
Jamar, buff-ass Jamar.
Yeah. I met him through my boy Black Nick. Black Nick and G-Dep, my boy.
G-Dep.
Dep.
Hey, Dep, yeah.
Yeah, that's my boy. Dep, yeah.
Hey, Dep.
He used to put me on by Chuck.
I grew up with Dep. Dep was on 4th in Nebraska.
That's crazy.
I was a kid running the streets. Dep was the older brother of Doc.
Dep is my guy. If you ever see Dep, when you see Dep, whatever. I
haven't seen Dep in forever.
I used to be on tour with him and Warren G.
Dude.
Me, Dep, But Chuck was in jail.
Yeah.
But when Chuck got out of jail, Deb was been telling me about Chuck anyway, and I heard music, and I'm like, "What's this nigga hard? Why
is this nigga?"
And Deb was saying, "Man, no, the nigga's really actively. That's why he keep going back to jail." You know.
Yeah.
And when I finally met him, he said how he was a fan of mine and played rapped a verse of mine. He said, "Man, you got this one song." He rapped the verse, and I'm like, "Oh, you." So we ended up doing a song, I think, with Warren G, and it was cool from then on. It was cool,
Yeah.
but then he went back to jail.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Dude, one of the hardest ever, hands down. I wish he would have got a look. Now, it's hard to get a look when you full-fledged game.
Now, that's what I'm saying. So there are real...
Yeah, for sure. That's crazy.
Real
Chuck
in the
Taylor,
field
my
niggas.
boy. Yeah.
Chuck is the coldest rapper I've ever...
Chuck's hard.
Like, I used to be sitting in the room,
Hard.
we'd be having hot
And
boxing.
freestyle.
And we'll
Freestyle.
shut some
Hard.
shit down.
There's a video I got of him recorded. He was freestyling with somebody. He had a blue sweater on. He was just freestyling for a long time. I probably still had a video somewhere. Hard.
Hey, Chuck Taylor, the original Chuck Taylor from Long Beach.
Yeah.
Not...
This is before the game.
This is before game.
Before the game had the name, that little thing going, whatever.
Yeah.
But nah, yeah, that's crazy.
Chuck
and Depp,
Taylor.
my man Depion. Depp, we used to be on tour. Funny, bro.
Depp was older than us.
Yeah.
But we always looked like, damn, this nigga always got shit going on.
For sure.
Why is this nigga always like he's in the thick in the
I've
middle?
been on the road with Depp, on tour with Depp, clowning, just because I used to be on tour with G-Dub, and that's how I met his Long Beach, a lot of his Long Beach homies.
Okay.
Bill being with Snoop also, but when I was with Warren, he was at a lot of homies, or he'd go to Long Beach, meet a lot of homies in Long Beach. People come by the studio, so I met a bunch of my Long Beach niggas from being around Snoop and being around Warren. Yeah,
and it's crazy because I bring that up just to say like the best don't make it sometimes.
Yeah.
The best aren't there.
For sure.
And for whatever reason, like even Chuck Taylor used to be with Felix, who was a Mexican kid from Long Beach, from same area, same thing, cold as hell.
Really?
He was cold. And I'm not even gonna get into that story, but he went to Dre with that name. Never mind. Like,
gotta
and then whatever happened after that happened.
Yeah,
you know
yeah.
what I mean?
Mm.
But he was like, I don't need another Eminem. But this nigga was 16 years old,
Wow.
producing his own music.
Wow.
And my nigga June, shout out to June, he's locked up or whatever. Those three niggas, same age, we all grew up each other. Nigga at 14, 15, 16 was the coldest rappers I had ever.
Wow.
And none of them ended up being able to go. Rest in peace to Felix. Jamar is going through his trials and his journey. And June
Is he back locked up?
He's not locked up, but he's just
sure.
life struggles.
Oh,
you
for
know
sure.
what I mean?
I dig it.
And but that goes to show, like, some of these people that we see, there is somebody out there that was getting it.
Yeah.
Because you could go look
For
up
sure.
Chuck Taylor shit right now, and you will hear that shit and be like, because his shit is like time transcending or like like
transcend time. You're right.
transcends time, where you can listen to it like, God damn, let's get this thing in the studio, right?
Hard.
Dude, I'm so funny that I did not know y'all had a song together.
Yeah, I think Warren recorded at Warren's spot.
Because I remember when he was going with Warren G.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Warren, first of all, Warren wanted to do something with him. He tell him the same thing, like, man, you got to stay out of jail though. Like,
yeah,
I get it, but it's the area.
You got to leave those streets alone.
Yeah, it's just the area. You just, and you got size on him, can rap, super dope. You know what I mean?
Buff as fuck.
Yeah, so he was. I just wish that talent could have panned out more like I thought it should. You know what I mean? But I understand life is life, man. I get that too. So
life happens. But I'm gonna ask you a question: is there a rapper or somebody that you think that should have
what?
Like been bigger than what they were?
Yeah, for sure. I think when I was coming up, which wasn't that long ago. Well, it depends on who you ask. When I was coming up,
it wasn't that long ago.
When I was coming up, I think there were people in my class that I feel like should have been bigger. And it was kind of like victims of, I can't blame the time in the era, because the time in the era is what it was.
Yeah.
And there was people that came up out of that time that did great things, right? Because we was coming up at the same time. Glass was coming up. J-Rock was coming up. Kendrick was the smaller homie coming up right behind J-Rock.
Yeah.
With the whole TDE coming up right behind, so there was people from that era who strived to do great things. Problem, obviously, did incredible things. So, yeah, there's tons of people. But I think if we had the means to put out music and do as we would do like they do now. For example, we don't need a lot now. Okay. You have a whole podcast studio here in your home.
Right here.
Right? So you couldn't even do this. The equipment was too much money to even have all this stuff way back in the day. Right? So you couldn't operate a whole
production.
Yeah, production in your pad.
Right.
Or didn't have the means for like editing or we had engineers and stuff like that do sound and stuff like that. So, and if I had the means to go straight to a distribution thing or my Instagram was popping to where
you can promote it on your own
Instagram, my own base, and then get super followers, and then that turned into money. Well, I didn't have to have a deal. Personality started to get money. I was a fool back then. We all was crazy and ignorant and talking crazy and doing stuff. So I imagine Pun, right? Pun is killing now, right? Imagine if Pun had all the research now that back when they was doing like, you know what I mean? When the car club and all that stuff was going on and he was doing parties and all that, he would be rich.
Filthy rich. Do you think the hunger would have still been there?
Well, I think...
Or do you think he got to where he is now because of what not...
I think, for sure. You learned a lot on the way up.
Yeah.
But he is who he was. He was always a hustler. He was always going to getting to the bag.
Right.
He always had a great personality. He knew everybody. He had great connections, great resources. So if you put him in front of a camera, which he was not shy of no cameras, and let him do what we doing here, if we had the wherewithal to be like Combat Jack was doing podcasts way back in the day, then Pun would have been our Combat Jack.
Right.
Essentially, right? And been like a legendary figure in the space. He just started a little later than a lot of people. And even when he did, look what he built. Look what you and AD and him, AD, T-Rail, the whole camp built.
Right.
Just in a short amount of time. Right. So
damn, I forget. Sometimes I forget how short amount of time it's
because y'all do it so much, right? But that ain't been that long. How long when y'all started Ace Boys? Let's say when they started Community. Which came first?
Community.
When Community started? What
Probably
year?
like 3 years ago.
Bro, look at that, bro. In 3 years, y'all got thousands and thousands of people that are on every scheduled podcast on your network every day.
And really a year and a half of just really concentrating on their own.
That's what I'm saying.
You are fucking right.
Fast. That's it. It takes a lot of time sometimes to get that going. And it doesn't take away from that because y'all put the time in, put the effort in, and consistently did your thing. Always making new shows, new schedules, making sure stuff is online and you don't step on no toes and y'all run y'all crew like y'all do different guests for different shows and you can jump over here and somebody can jump over here. So y'all did it in a way where you all tight-knit family and people can get all y'all on any show.
Right.
Which is cool. Built this network of space I would say for us, because from a West Coast perspective, not that all the viewers are from the West Coast, but from a West Coast perspective, we were underrepresented in the game of like podcasting, pop culture, hip hop, any of that.
Right.
We're underrepresented. So now you got a bunch of cats from the West Coast who you can't even ignore because they're in your face all the time. So here's the thing for example, I used to watch Joe Budden podcast, and I would watch the podcast, and I'm still a fan of Joe Budden podcast. And I would always get irritated by, I'm going to explain this and I'm going to say why, by the lack of West Coast representation. Okay. Not that I feel like they needed somebody from the West Coast, because they didn't. That's not a West Coast podcast.
But they didn't talk about it.
They did. But when they did speak on it, I was like, dude, just call somebody. Ask. Because what y'all saying is wrong.
Oh my gosh.
You know what I mean? So when it came to like a West Coast perspective about what we do, what we eat over here, what we feeling musically, they just go by a couple of friends they knew and talking on the podcast, and none of them, early on when it was Maul, Rory, and Bud and just Joe, and then when they got the new cast, Ice, Ish, and none of them know not enough to ever speak on the West Coast, in my opinion.
Right.
They just don't. And so I'm glad when they do call somebody like Vince Staples or call one of the homies where they'll play problem music or they play good. I'm glad they have those connections. But when they come to like, even when the Kendrick stuff was going down, they would speak on stuff, and I'll be like, man, just call somebody, bruh.
Right.
Y'all keep talking about Kendrick like he this backpack nerdy underground dude. That ain't him, homie. Y'all got him completely. That's why y'all so surprised about the diss.
Exactly.
Y'all so surprised because you don't even know Dot like we know Dot.
Right.
Y'all looked at it like the backpack dude got mad and pulled a gun out.
Because we all knew what was about to happen.
We knew what was going to happen.
Like, oh wait, are you joking me?
And
like,
so,
are you really thinking?
And y'all did not know. And so I'm not. And I don't mean it from just an opinionated perspective on what they think who's going to win. I'm not in that aspect. More so when you speak on Dot and his preparation for how he going to battle, y'all don't know that. Y'all got him confused because y'all already don't know what kind of artist he is, right? And y'all ain't calling the right people.
No.
And then here's the thing. No disrespect to nobody. And Punch is my dog. I preface this because people think when you say no respect and you bring a name up, Punch is my dog in real life, right? So you would call Punch to ask certain things, not in that. I'm saying for example.
Yeah.
But Punch is tied in.
Ask him.
Punch is tied. Yeah. Either get to the source or get to somebody right next to Dot. Not to say Punch is not next to Dot, but he not next to Dot. Right,
yeah, right.
So it's like you're asking people, or relying on information you get from people. I'm like, man, did you talk to Dot? Did y'all talk to Kenny? Because I've been with him a bunch of times where it wasn't a bunch of like fluff about what people think.
Right.
And when you talk to him, whether on the phone or whatever, it's a very real conversation he has with people that he fuck with and he know.
Yeah.
Excuse my language. I'm trying to do better with cursing for the viewer.
But he's a real person.
He's a real person. And let me say it again because people make clips and stuff like that. I use Punch for an example. I wasn't saying Punch in real life.
Yeah.
That's my dog. But I don't like when they had a lack of representation speaking on the West Coast. Yeah. Because you don't have nobody involved. Anyway, back to my point. Y'all have done something where we have representation in a space where we didn't have it. So the music, y'all vouch for music, y'all vouch for speech, how we move, gang culture, pop culture, and we have a validated network in the system now where we can rely on to give you authentic West Coast opinions about stuff.
And that's an advantage.
An advantage. And it ain't a lot. And the fact that it's so many, it's community, it's AceboyRios Worldwide, it's Figmunity, it's
Back on Fig,
Fair to Say, it's Apollo. Y'all got the and then let's trickle down to the shows. You got Eat with AD and
What Could Go Wrong?
What Could Go Wrong? What's the eating show?
We Hungry?
Is it We Hungry? We started with him and
Duno.
Him and Duno. Look at all that stuff that happened under this one umbrella. It could have been a gang of separate shows.
Yeah.
But you got to go to us to get all this stuff, right? Which I love that y'all stayed tight-knit and did that. And now we got, look at this. If you want to look at the tree, there's Reality Check.
Yes.
We cannot not say that. Reality Check is a successful podcast. Once you start getting thousands of views every day for your podcast, success, in my opinion.
Right.
Mine too. We started Relatable. We're on the next verge up with it. So all these are
thousands of views.
Thousands of views. So all these are branches and leaves and stems from the tree of the whole Figmunity. Yeah. Right? So I look at that like this is
connected. Everybody's connected. All that resources, all that networking. AceboyRios going to 2 times. Now we're doing AceboyRios Monday nights and Friday nights.
That's what I'm saying. So we're still building, still making new things. Pun, aren't y'all doing another show too where y'all cooking? Or that's just a special?
That's the Ghetto Meals.
Ghetto Meals. Is that gonna be a show?
I think so. On Figmunity is gonna be a show.
Okay.
But Pun has a new show that he just dropped where he's called The Roll Up.
That's what I'm talking about. Yeah, the roll up too.
He went, the first episode was with Prob.
Yep.
So he's just popping the pop up.
So pop up. Yeah, y'all. And I don't know if that's what it's called, but anyway, we're Prob. That's the one.
Yeah.
But I love the fact that that's a thing. So I'm
Let me see what it's called because I don't want
comfortable in that space where we building a podcast like that, and we had a voice.
We got a voice to express. And the thing is, for a long time, I feel like people try to, and this is just for me starting to pay attention to it, is people downplay West Coast because they can't talk in depth enough about it.
For sure.
So, and because I'm not in depth, or I don't have enough knowledge or understanding of that culture, which our culture is broad.
For sure.
It's broad. It's bigger than every other culture. I don't know enough about it to say anything good. So, they tripping. They not got nothing going on.
Yeah.
It's easier to be dismissive than to recognize something that you don't understand.
Which is crazy.
Because it's an admittance. You're admitting that you're ignorant.
Exactly. I think, let me see, what do you see? Let me ask you a question. Where do you see Relatable in next year at this time?
Next year at this time, I don't have a vast knowledge of
anything.
Of much of nothing. A tidbit about everything. Reality check.
Reality check. We circle right back.
A tidbit about everything. 5 minutes about everything. Enough to fool you.
Got just enough for you to believe it's crap.
Oh my God.
No, but where do you see, like, realistically, where do you see, not where do you see?
Because I'll answer
what
that
do you
one.
plan
Go ahead.
for Relatable to be in a year?
Relatable in a year, if we stay consistent,
we got to
stay consistent, at minimum dropping once a week. Now, if we drop anything more or start intertwining, like guess how we've done with Badlucc or whatever, but as long as because I'm gonna take the Taylor Sheridan shit, as we do character development and develop our character, like inviting people in and being a podcast that's honest, and unprideful. If we stay that path, I feel like the sky's the limit.
For sure.
You know what I mean? Because really, we're a mature podcast with mature topics. Yeah, we bag and laugh and joke.
For sure.
But that's just...
You showing your age when you said bag. You showing your age with that. But go ahead.
Rank.
Well, a little
that's
better.
A little worse. No, that's
that might be worse. Yeah, that might be worse. That might be.
Joking on each other.
He said bag. I'm like, that's show that age right there.
Hey, but with the feedback that we're getting, people are loving it. It's going to be a marathon instead of a sprint. I think the world is ours if we just keep at it and keep going.
I want to read some of the. What do people think so far? We've brand new, just started this podcast. I wonder where do people think we need room to be. There's always room for improvement.
Right.
We're fresh off new. We doing a lot of freestyling up here, and we just trying to figure it out. But we also want to have fun, entertain, and not be so serious all the time.
Right.
That's what Relatable is, right? I wonder what do people feel like we could approve also. Nobody has a straight up perfect right out the gate. So I wonder what are some people concerned. I do read the comments, but I don't see a lot of, maybe that's a good thing. I don't see a lot of things where somebody say, well, y'all need to do this or y'all need to do this. But
I've been seeing a lot of don't change shit.
Okay.
Don't fall into the I need to be something else.
Yeah.
People are saying that this is a platform. There is a audience for what we're doing.
Got it.
We're not stressing. We're not struggling. We're not pushing an issue. We're not trying to be something we're not.
Yeah.
And the natural organicness is like, damn, people want to take the time to watch something in real time that's real.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not about to watch Rios and he's over here chucking and jiving and faking. I'm a work in progress with my anger with this. I still have issues of getting into it with people, saying certain things that I wish I didn't say, or acting in the spur of the moment. But guess what? I'm not too proud to say, I made a mistake. Sure. Or I'm still working on that. I want to be the better shell of myself. I want to be the better me. I know there's a higher level to myself, but I don't operate at that at all times.
That's a rich reality.
But guess what? There's room for me not to be perfect. There's room for me to have bad takes. There's room for me to have like, hey, you know what? I want to come back and apologize on this and say.
Except to the guy at the gym.
Except the guy at the gym. If I saw him, I would apologize to him.
I love that. That's growth.
I probably will never see him. But if I did.
But that was growth.
Yeah.
Because just that fast, you went from a piece of shit to No,
you're right.
No, what I'm saying is in real life, that's actual growth. That's growth.
Because you're holding me accountable, though. You know what I mean? Like,
well, yeah, but now earlier, here's the thing. I was joking though, right? We do know I was joking, but also I think that conversation was a very important conversation because in my life, I'm trying to practice that. I had a friend who's not my friend anymore that he's my friend for a majority of my older adult life, and some would consider him a very elite best friend area section of my best friends, whatever. And we fell off because of different reasons, whatever. He didn't like, I guess, my new company I was hanging with, friends.
Okay.
Right, and the new, and I would say in church also, didn't like the church I went to and stuff like that for whatever reason.
Okay.
And so it went bad, but not bad, like violent.
Just
bad.
Separated, like just distance between
But
the
I
two.
told myself, I was talking to a friend outside church one day, and I was telling myself, you know what? I need to apologize for my part in that. Wherever he felt I want to hear him out, but wherever he felt like I need to apologize, I want to apologize for that because I don't want to leave it at that. We don't have to be friends anymore. But I also I know as a practicing, when I say practicing, I mean I'm a Christian man who don't got to figure it out. As a practicing Christian, as a man who walks with God, a follower of Christ, I need to ask for forgiveness in my part in something, and or I need to at least look for forgiveness. And so I told my friend I was going to pray about it, and then the minute I see him, I was going to apologize.
Okay.
Just so has it, God was like, "Oh, well, you can do that today."
Boom.
And then when I literally left from church and I went to my friend's house, and he was walking up, and I seen him. I was like, I'm walking out the gate. He's walking by me. It's a split thing, so you get to walk around a tree. I'm walking out the gate. He's walking in the gate, and I was like, "Hey, what's up?" And I said his name, and he literally put his head down and didn't say nothing to me and walked in the gate. I'm like, I'm closer to you, and we closer to you too. Nobody outside.
Yeah.
I said, "What's up? Hey man, what's up?" And I said his name, and then he was like, just walked in the gate, ignored me.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right. So, all right. And I prayed about it. I ain't seen him since. Not that he ain't been around. I just haven't seen him. I ain't been in a position where I felt like God was testing me to be like, you talking all this stuff to her. Let's put you in a situation. Let's see if you're going to ask forgiveness right now.
Yeah.
It literally was not even 30 minutes later, bro. I had seen him. And that happened. He ignored me, walked in the gate. Dang. And I was like, okay. But I felt like that was so unnecessary because we two grown men. We gotta ignoring somebody is crazy. But also
putting your head down.
Yeah, but the way he do, I know him. He's not a punk. So whether he put it in a punk way,
but putting your head down is like I'm over
ultimate disrespect. I'm over disrespect. It was totally like was that. But I also looked at it as like I was not ego based, but I was more so proud of myself for even about to do that because I didn't want to do that. I did not want to do that. That's the first thing I wanted to do was apologize. Yeah. Because at the time I also felt like I wasn't in the wrong. But let me see what he says so maybe he can tell me something I didn't see it from his perspective. And I was ready to apologize. And I didn't get the chance to do so. So I prayed about it after, and I felt like God would just want to see if I was going to do it, to test me if I was going to do it. And I felt like I did good in a sense, even though I didn't get a chance to.
You reached out.
Right on the spot, in person.
Immediately.
Yeah, and then he just kept. So in my mind, I looked at it like, I prayed about it, and I also like, well, that's his part now. It's not that part not on me. He got to deal with that with God himself. What happened? So anyway, I say all that to say that's why, because I'm trying to when I apologize for cursing, I'm trying to take cursing out of my vocabulary.
Me too.
So two things I'm trying to take out of my vocabulary: cursing and the N-word, because I say it a lot, and I curse a lot. But I know cursing will be easier for me than N-word because when I'm around my mama, I never curse. Yeah. So that means I'm consciously making the decision. Yeah. I'm very capable of not cursing if I want to. Some sentences that seem better with curse words in them somewhere, but I got to work on that by pulling back. And when I say, I like to say, I'm practicing trying to do the same thing. So when I'm saying it, yes, it's hold you accountable, but also because I know that what that does for us, and under the guise of how he views us, it's like I was told, someone died on the cross for you and took on all your debt, all your sins away because they love you. So and you can't forgive somebody who did what to you? That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So every day he looks at you, every day God looks at you, talks to you, experiences you, protects you from something, move you in a way where you're not harmed, move your family in a way where they just missed that accident, or you just missed that bullet, or the person that come in the bank to rob because you was in there. Mm-hmm. All that stuff happened because God got his hand on you, and he forgives you for something he didn't even do.
Right.
So how can I not forgive somebody for me and my man getting into it one time?
Right.
Or how about you and the guy at the gym, or whatever the case may be?
A parking spot, or
whatever the case may be, right? So
who are you not to forgive that person?
What? Man, that's what I'm saying. When you think about that, like, who are you not to forgive? You know, so that's my whole spiel about that. I don't want to serious y'all out, but yeah.
But no, that's real though, man, because there are so much greater things at hand.
For sure.
So many more greater things at hand, so many greater experiences in life that you're going to experience. Right now, I can say right now, I'm going to experience great things that I have no idea that I'm going to experience in life.
Are, for sure.
You as well. We both are. Yeah. And how can I harbor on some ugly stuff when I know that there's greatness ahead of me?
That's the key.
Like, I can't.
And that's the key. And to add to that, no matter where you are in your life.
No matter
because
where.
Even if you aren't having a great day, a great month, or a great year, like, don't rest and complain in that, because you also look at these great years, a bad year, bad month, bad day as a preparation period. Like, God taking you through something to see how you're going to act in this space. If you want a big podcast studio with all your podcasts on the one network running the operation away from your home, and like, how you going to want that and complain about this here?
Exactly.
God, like, wait a minute, you complain about this. How you going to expect me to give you that? You can't even take care of this.
Exactly.
So as I'm talking to you, I'm talking to myself about how I view me driving Uber, or me and my house not being big enough where I can record. I got a room to, you know what I mean? I got to watch my tongue when it comes to talking about these spaces, because I understand God's prepping me for something bigger later. Right. So now I've prayed for all the things I want. Right. So now I'll just pray for God, prepare me for what you want to give me. Prepare me for the blessings you have for me. Yeah. Because God has, in my belief, God has a room full of blessings with all your family stuff. All your things. The whole room that nobody can touch, nobody can get into, nobody can take it away from you. It's all there. He's just waiting for different points in your life to give you all of it.
All of it, exactly. So, because right now it's just trickling in. Trickling in. Right? At some point,
and sometimes the door going to stay closed.
Yeah.
Because like, you wilding
I'm going to drop this through the mail slot.
Yeah, you wilding out here. So it's for you. You keep praying for that, but you keep messing up.
Yeah.
I've been had the car for you. I've been had the big, huge studio with the space, and you got I've been had that, but you keep complaining about your studio at the house.
Yeah.
So sometimes
the car drove by right while you was cheating. The car drove by right while you was cheating.
When you was cheating?
The car.
Right. Right when you was...
Right when you was in there shifting? Yeah. That car drove right by.
Don't do that.
Shifting the transmission.
Oh, my bad. Okay. I thought about shifting.
Like you was in there cheating, shifting, and the car was out. Someone was in that car shifting that transmission.
Yeah. That's right, though. When you were shifting, I was shifting your gifts to the back of the room.
Boom. You wasn't ready for the blessings. And that's the thing, is like you're praying for things that you're turning your head to. It's flying by, but you focused on this.
Yep.
You're praying for this, but you're focused on this.
Praying for this, focused on this. That's fire.
You know, and so you can't lie about your prayer. You can fake like this is what you want.
You can fake to everybody.
Your actions are saying you want this because that's what you're focusing on.
Yeah.
Oh, so you mean 5 minutes at night when you're praying, that's what you want, but 9 hours out of this day, you were focused on that?
That's fire. That's fire. The little time you put aside for me to talk to me.
This is what you want.
Because all I want is a relationship with you. And I would love to talk to you all the time. But you give me about maybe 5 minutes, not even 5 minutes of time. Prayer in the morning, And that's you got that out the way.
Yeah.
Now let me go.
Now it's time to focus on what I really. Now it's time to focus on what I really want.
Let me go cheat, steal, lie, go be conniving. See, a lot of people think a lot of sin deals with just the majors, right? Murder, theft, all the stuff the commandments talk about. But God don't want you walking around being mean to people.
No.
You know what I mean? Love thy neighbor is one of the most important commandments.
Right.
And how you treat people, right? So don't be mean to people. Don't be conniving. Don't be don't mislead people. All those are horrible things.
Horrible things. But we are the ones that put priority on them.
Absolutely.
As it's relevant to our lives.
Because you want to see, here's the thing, here's the reality. And I know a viewers are going to have some problem with this. Look.
So here's the reality check.
The murder, here's a reality check. I like
there
that.
You go.
Yeah, you got to drop out of me. No, but okay, you got your little PPP loan. You stole money.
Copy.
Whatever. Or you were mean to the lady in line in front of you, right? You didn't love thy neighbor in that instance, right? You and the murderer, if not repentant, is going to the same place.
Same place.
I don't know. You think he's gonna be in the VIP line, or you not as bad as him? God doesn't look at sin that way.
Because think about it, like we can't, like we may think one is worse, but you may think this act is worse. Okay, it's hard to commit this act. How easy is it to be nice?
That's a different. I love that perspective.
Like because this is so easy.
So it's like, that's look at the discipline in that.
The discipline in it. Like it's a hard act to do this little funky thing over here.
It was so easy to not lie about something.
It's so easy not to lie. It's so easy to just be truthful. It's so easy to be nice. Yeah. Because you can't do the easy shit.
Wow.
You can't do the good people shit. Yeah, you're about to be held to a standard because the things that I threw up as a lob for your ass.
That's crazy. I
threw up as a lob. And some of the shit that I threw out there is some shit that you're even too scared to do.
Yeah.
So really, I can't even grade you on this barometer because, nigga, you only fumble in this field.
Now that's a reality check.
You're welcome. That way, sir.
Hey, dog. You know what's crazy about the podcast, bro?
Oh my God.
If you map it all out,
shit.
We literally go all over the place.
All over the place.
We're like way over here and up here, down here. I think that's cool though too because that's better than like a scripted format, just talk about pop culture type of pod. Because we gonna be the 500th podcast talk about Trump today,
right?
Or whatever.
There's 500 podcasts
news.
doing that. When we get a business manager or somebody that's helping guide us to what, like, that's like, hey, we got some endorsements and sponsors and this and that. Like somebody here to help with the structure. Like,
right. Yeah.
But for now,
no, yeah.
Like we getting where we getting to
for sure. I think they're enjoying it too. I think they enjoy the. I think first of all, we're comfortable. Yes. We're in a space where we're super comfortable and we don't feel pressure to stick to the script and start sounding robotic. And I love the fact that our conversation go wherever it needs to go. We don't stop it because we have a topic. So if we talk about one thing and that conversation takes us into health and wellness, and then we go to spirituality, and then we go back to like pop culture and then whatever, I think these are things that everybody think about. Here's the thing. This is how people converse in real life.
Right. And
that's why I think this is genius. The way we converse on this podcast is how people talk in real life. If you're in a barbershop, that conversation changes 50,000 times with topics.
Man. And I'm about to show you some shit that's a whole different topic, but Manny sent this and said he wants you to see it. So let's pause this. Let's pause it. So this is something Manny wanted you to see.
Okay.
See how we could bounce, like just what you're talking about?
Yeah,
bounce back?
For sure.
I wasn't trying to ignore you, but I wanted
for sure, yeah.
to show you this.
Can I fancy it? Wait.
Go scroll it up and scroll it back down.
One second.
You're welcome.
Is that a real dedicated one?
Yep.
Was he messing with him?
What is that? What is that, Luck?
When furries attack.
Yes. On the beach in broad daylight.
Wow. Oh, Big Booty Melina says hi. It popped up on the No, who would even say that out loud? It was such a reach. Wait a minute. How many furries is it? He took his mask off.
Yes.
Call the police.
See? When furries attack.
Wait. Is that his girl? What kind of furry is he? A wolf?
Looks like a black dog. Maybe a black wolf.
There's racism in here somewhere. Dude, this is crazy. I'm sorry, I know I'm not talking to the people, but...
It's okay, because we're going to drop the video in the thing. It's going to be a part of the podcast.
Oh, no. Okay.
So you saw that?
Yes.
So what are your thoughts on that? So we're talking about when furries attack, and this furry attacked on the beach. What are your thoughts on that?
I need to know what happened. Because, it seemed like my comments tell me he was defending.
As he was hitting with the megaphone?
Yes. Because I think... No, I'm sorry. I don't mean defending himself physically.
Hey, I need you to be honest. Don't be scared of what you saw.
No, I'm not. I'm not
Don't be scared of them doing that.
I'm not.
I've never even seen one. So it's okay. You're in a safe space.
I would say this. I believe that he got offended by something somebody said.
Okay.
Because he must have been on the bullhorn. Because that's what he had in his hand. He must have been talking about something.
Okay.
I don't know if he was saying furries unite or like respect the furry kingdom or whatever, whatever that, I don't know. I'm not sure how they even speak English, right? So I don't know what happened, but it looks like he got tired of somebody saying something to him and then he hit him with a bullhorn.
Stop messing with furries.
Is that the message? Stop
messing with furries. You could get hit with a bullhorn.
Do we know he was messing with furries?
You said that the furry was defending himself.
No. I said I think I could be totally off. And usually I am.
The furry was the aggressor.
It may look like physically, yes. Like somebody it seemed like somebody was messing with him. Because the way he hit the dude, he was like, oh, shoot. Like I said something and now I'm being attacked.
Why are you talking about the furry as if it's a person?
What you mean?
No one ever says that about a dog when it attacks.
What do you mean?
Like when a dog attacks, no one says, what did that person do to that dog?
What'd I say?
You said you think something happened to the furry that made it react. It doesn't matter what happened because if a dog bites, they put the dog down. So do you think the dog should be put down?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh, did I say that?
You're talking about him like he's a person.
No, I'm talking about it like it's a furry.
So if an animal attacks, what happens to an animal when they attack?
Depends on the animal, right? Yes, they put down a dog. Is that a dog? Is it a coyote? Like they say in Yellowstone?
If it's any of those four-legged friends that we have and it attacks, there is repercussion for that.
What if there's a longer video clip that we haven't seen yet, and then in that video, the guy shot a gun and missed him?
So if you miss the bear when you're hunting and it comes and attacks you, the bear is now a manhunter.
Even though you were the aggressive and shot illegally because you can't hunt bears.
You should not have the same rights as a human.
Why not?
A bear doesn't.
Furry does.
How do we know this?
See, here's the thing too. You said four-legged. We can argue that. We can argue that about what's on the beach. Is it four-legged?
It is standing on twos.
And have we ever seen it on four? We don't know that.
Well, when he was beating him.
What are the laws for two-legged?
When he was beating with the megaphone, it was on all fours.
What are the laws for two-legged furries?
You're right.
Something had to be rewritten?
Boom, boom, boom. Dun, dun, dun. And this will continue to boggle our minds. But we have witnessed an attack for the first time.
Yeah, that's first. And I'm not sure. And he's not. Okay. I don't want to. He as in the boy. As a male.
Oh, you don't know if that's what he identifies as?
You're right. I don't. You're right, I don't. I have a lot to learn.
Yeah.
I have a lot of soul searching to do.
You got a lot to learn. You could call that the person. The person versus the furry.
I got a lot to learn.
The people versus the furry.
Because I assumed.
You did.
So, okay, what do you do when you don't know? What do you say?
Say, hey, thing.
Oh, shoot. Thing? You think thing is the correct way? I think you'll be in more trouble than I would.
Hey, thing.
You call a furry a thing.
Hey, it. Or hey, you. Hey, you. Hey, you.
I think you should stop talking.
Hey, you. Hey, you.
Not sure.
Hey, you. Come here. Hey, you. What's up? Hey.
Excuse me, what would you like to be called?
How do you know I want to be called?
See, but you find that out in conversation.
Dogs are called.
You find out in conversation. So, what do you like to be called? What do you like to go by?
No, maybe you say, hey, my pronouns are.
Hey, do you have a name?
Yeah. Hey, my pronouns are such and such. What are yours? So you put yourself into the craziness.
Yeah. I am Bounty Killer. I don't know what made me say that.
This is Bounty Killer. Like that. But just to say, we're in a new world. We're in a new Trump America. And things are going to change. Do you think furries are going to be as confident to attack people on the beaches?
Okay, the debate is out. I'm sorry, not the debate. That's not the word I'm using for it.
If it was an attack.
If it was an attack, yeah. We don't know if it's an attack.
Or if it was defending itself.
The caption could be misleading.
Shoot.
We don't know who posted it. What if we found out that was his page?
Only way we could get to the bottom of this, you see that seat right there?
We got to go to your son's school.
We got to go to my son's school, and we got to put one, tie him down right over there.
We have to find one that
leash him.
One can sit upright and talk in English.
Leash him.
Leash him?
Leash him.
That if it want to be leashed. Like a cat. Cats don't like to be leashed.
We have a lot to learn.
We got a lot of soul searching to do. I think this is the platform, though, where we can be ourselves, be vulnerable. I feel like the viewer would appreciate the vulnerability and the what's the word I'm looking for? The boldness.
The dareness.
The boldness to say, we don't know.
The audacity.
We don't know. No, not the audacity. The boldness to say, you know what? I don't know. And I'm willing to learn. That's
a beautiful thing.
What would you like to be called? Or do you like your feet in a bowl or a plate?
Sasquatcha.
That could be a name. That's furry. Sasquatch are furry.
I'm pretty because Sasquatches actually walk on.
So wait, the name has to be a derivative of the species?
No, just like some dogs are like Rover.
That's not the name dog.
No.
Now, if you say K9,
I had a dog named DOG.
That would be the thing.
See, I had a dog named DOG.
Was it a dog or was it a furry? Do you even know?
Could have been a skinwalker.
See, now we conspiracy theory territory, but which I'm totally with.
Are you?
Do you believe in skinwalkers?
I do.
Do you?
I don't believe in them like I think they exist.
Not do you praise them?
Yeah, I think that's like let's
clear this up right there.
I think they exist.
Skinwalkers?
I think a lot of things exist, and I think a lot of things have been talked about in books, in the good book.
I think that we've seen. So you know how there's a lot of videos. A couple of things. There's a lot of videos. One thing I hate is there's a lot of footage of eerie things being caught on tape. What I don't like is all the footage of anything that's like Sasquatch sighting, Skinwalker sighting, all these things. They're all horrible footage, right?
Yeah.
But what I know is we are in the modern day 2024. There is not a camera on earth that shoots bad footage.
Right.
Whether iPhone, Samsung, whatever kind of phone, everything has excellent footage. How are you guys seeing sightings, and all the footage is horrible?
So
everybody don't have old phones.
Everybody don't have old phones, and why are all the cameras footage not being used? Because there's cameras everywhere that they're not using those footages, like those aliens in Miami.
That's what I'm saying.
The giants in Miami. Where is the footage? Are they hiding the footage and only letting there be bad stuff just to keep speculation out? Like
now, I'm not against that. I'm not against believing that. Because once you upload something in the database of the internet, right? It may get a couple of views, whatever, but I think once it's labeled something, it can't get pulled. And also I think it's also dangerous, right?
What part?
For you to be the holder of said video.
Oh yeah.
Say if you're the one dude at the mall in Miami that time, and you got on your phone, because we were saying to myself like, wait, so every time y'all tried to hold up a phone, the aliens rammed towards y'all and grabbed the phone?
Right.
That's what y'all trying to tell me in here? Because everybody in here should have a phone. And nobody, not one person, got footage secretly on their phone. And when y'all did hold the camera up, they said that the aliens would look at them or do something and then it wouldn't record or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that.
It's too much for it not to. Like it's if everything is bad, that's too much of a coincidence.
If you were a skinwalker, what would your name be?
What can I skinwalk as?
That's your choice. What would you think would be a best skinwalker?
The best skinwalker would be a bird.
Does that mean you can fly?
Yeah.
It does mean you can fly, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I would be
what kind of bird?
A crow.
Because crows aren't necessarily apex predators, but they also fight with hawks and stuff.
But they're also black.
There's not a lot of black birds. Ravens are black.
Crow or raven. And crows are one of the most intelligent animals.
Absolutely. And they remember your face.
So you could act as a crow and it won't be too revealing. Like they would be like, look at that crow drinking coffee. Like, oh
yeah, because crows are that smart.
Yeah. And you can fly, go where you want. And it's like unassuming. And crows are
what would
loud.
I be?
And
I don't know what I would be.
I took the best one.
A crow? A bird?
A bird. Best one. Because you can fly. Who doesn't want to fly?
Who doesn't want to fly?
Who doesn't want to fly? Who doesn't want to go
a bird's the only thing I can fly? Or insects? Certain insects can fly.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be an insect.
No, you'd be too little and then you get killed.
Yeah.
But what if you want to go visit your family in San Bernardino? Poof.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
You just fly over there and then just show up.
So a crow would be... That's a good guess.
How many dead crows have you seen?
A lot, but that's not the
You've
question.
seen a lot of dead crows?
No, I haven't, but it was crazy. How crazy is this? About a month ago, in my neighbor's driveway, there was a dead crow in her driveway on the ground. And the crows, I guess, knew the crow. They were all like on the little light pole in the trees. They were all screaming for that bird. Because I came outside.
Because somebody killed that bird.
Because somebody killed it. I said the same thing. Because they were all up there screaming. I was like, why they birds screaming like that? And I walked outside. I was like, why they all right here? And then I looked down. Yeah. And I'm like, oh, shoot. I backed up. Like, I don't want to be like the last person they see. Like, oh, he did it. Like, I don't want to be that either. But,
and they follow you home like birds.
So that tripped me out. And so...
Attack of the killer birds.
Yeah, so when I asked them what happened, then they were like, oh, the guy who did it ran, and we wanted to watch the body so we couldn't follow him.
Oh, shoot.
So... Yeah, I didn't get any more information from the crows, but I understand they're a very resilient, strong group.
Have you ever seen, like, I don't know if you ever seen a crow of natural death? Every crow is either shot or something. Like, you don't ever just see.
Wait a minute, are you saying crows don't die?
Yeah, I've never seen one have you ever looked at a crow and it just like, and just passed away?
Well, I never looked at the person that did that either.
Every crow that I see is just always like shot. That's dead.
You never seen a tiger fall and dead like that either?
I did. I seen a lion.
You seen a lion?
Of old age.
I have seen that on a documentary.
Yeah.
I have.
It just laid down and gave up.
I'm sure there's a dead crow documentary that shows a bunch of dead crows.
Well.
Or the band.
In all my years, I have not.
Really? I think you don't get out enough.
Well,
I think you don't go with a dead crows play.
This area gets a lot of crows.
But out here?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
A lot of crows. There's parrots. Have you seen the wild parrots?
I have. I've seen that. I was no, not here. I'm sorry. I was in Pasadena.
Yeah, they are in Pasadena.
Really?
But they come all the way down here. But it's a
I have
bunch
seen
of
that.
them.
Yeah,
And they're
yeah.
loud.
Yeah, for sure.
One time there
Super
was
loud.
like at least 200 that had came over here.
What's going on?
And they were just like being so loud and doing whatever they were doing in the trees. It was so many leaves and branches after they left on the ground.
Yeah.
It was just like, and they have the worst noise that they make.
Is it something with climate change?
There's a lot that's about to happen that I know you're sure that's going to happen.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
There's a lot that's going to happen. There's a lot of changing that's happening.
100%.
And so we're just witnessing.
We don't need to have that conversation right now because we just got out of a.
Okay.
No, but that's a for sure. Absolutely.
So what would you be? Because I got two questions. Because you asked me about relatable.
Okay. Let me see. What would I be as far as animal? I think I like that animal, but I would probably be a hawk. No, crows be. No, I'd probably be a hawk.
Then you got to eat other. No, you don't have to eat at all. You can just eat as a human.
What do you mean?
Because you don't have to hunt as a hawk. If you become an animal,
you
don't.
You just turn back.
Just turn back and become human.
I would be a hawk. A hawk being an apex predator. Crows try to fight and scare it away and fight, but they really ain't tripping.
Yeah.
They're just trying to scare it away because hawks will eat their babies.
Right.
So I get that. So I probably would be a hawk. Animal to fly. Everybody wants to do that.
You stole that from me, the crow. You stole my idea.
Hawk?
Yeah.
Wait, you said you wanted to be a crow?
Because if we were flying, you took my original idea.
Oh no, I like that idea. It's fine. We're friends. It's fine. Okay. We can do that.
Well, my second one is a killer whale.
Now why?
Because they're vicious, they're smart, they travel far. Because other than flying, I would like to be able to swim.
And they have no predators.
No predators. They're the apex predator of the ocean.
Yeah. For sure. Damn, that's crazy. They literally have no predators.
And you can swim up the coast. You could go do what you want to do. Go like killer whales are orcas are pretty vicious.
I think I would probably want to be a dolphin.
No, man. I said crow, you said hawk.
Yeah.
I said orca, you said dolphin.
Yeah.
So my third one will probably be an elephant.
I'll probably be an elephant.
I'm not doing this.
No, let me think of this for real. Let me think. So in real life, I would probably be first of all, killer whale is a great
one, right?
Great answer. I can't front.
Because even if I was just going to be an animal in general, not a skinwalker, but an animal, it would be a killer whale.
They have
families. They have pods.
And the way they protect and fight, what they call the wolves of the sea, right? Mm-hmm. So yeah, I wouldn't. Nobody wants a problem with them.
Yeah, I wouldn't blame you for wanting to do that too.
Yeah,
killer whale is vicious.
No, I don't know what kind of other animal I'd be though. I do like gorillas. I probably would be a gorilla. The
gorilla, I would be. That's a good one too because they stay with their family the whole time.
Yep. And they'll beat the dog living out of anybody.
Anything. I would say elephant because they also have family units that they travel. Do you know that they can hear?
They're hunted by people.
You know they hear through their feet on the ground?
I didn't know that.
So an elephant can be hundreds of miles away and it'll put its trunk on the ground and send vibrations through its trunk to the ground, like a noise. Yeah. And the elephant that's far away can spread its feet open and push it into the ground. And it can, so since it could catch the vibration of where that sound is coming from through the ground.
Are you serious?
And it can find its.
That's crazy.
Elephants are majestic.
And super hyper intelligent.
It's hyper intelligent, very.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
We don't really.
Now, what are their ears for?
What are their ears for? Batting off the heat, maybe?
They can hear, do right. Also,
they hear good, but I think the ears being big is like...
It's not necessarily about hearing, it's about feeling.
Feeling.
But you just feel a long distance. Mm-hmm. That's fire.
Fire. Like, it's so many facts about and shit about elephants. It's
what
crazy.
about octopus?
Octopus?
Highly intelligent.
Highly intelligent.
Technically, no predators.
No?
I'm not going to say no. I mean, like, depending on size and stuff like that, I don't think a lot of animals attack octopus.
No.
Not sure.
Doesn't like...
Because sharks get faded by dolphins all the time.
All the time.
So they, you know...
You know about the sixth ocean that they found?
No. It's under? They found another ocean? Yeah, I do. Yep. Which is scary to me. Look, I think what's scary about it is that sea life... first of all, I love all those shows like on... I think it was Disney or National Geographic. I forgot where It was Planet Earth, and it'd be talking about caves. One episode about caves, and one episode about ice or snow area, or whatever, and hills and mountains and stuff like that. But when they do the ocean one and they go deep into the sea, like a deep floor down to the floors of the ocean, it gets real tricky down there. First of all, there's no light. Obviously, you know that there's no light. All the pressure from there is insane. The sea life down there looks absolutely crazy. And then
it's like no color. They have no color, right?
Some of them do. Some of them are. So they have the reason why it's no color because there's no light.
Yeah.
But when you see one of them sea things going on, the machines that can go down there and it shine light, some things be see through.
Yeah.
Something got reflected light in there, rainbow kind of light.
Yeah.
There's like fish that look like they're like electric blue, different kind of colors. But if there's no light, there's no light for the bounce the colors off of.
Exactly.
So everything looks dark. But they can see obviously, right? But to the human eye, we wouldn't be able to recognize it without a light. But it's trippy to me how you can go that deep below sea level and then get to another level that's deeper, and then there's another ocean floor. And I'm like, how?
Rest in peace to the submarine guys.
Oh, yeah, that was stupid. But yeah. There's another ocean floor. there's another level of ocean.
Rest in peace. It went down in the can opener, like a bottle.
Shoot. We can't end it on the submarine death.
No, so the sixth ocean, there's possibly anything down there.
Yeah.
So, let's end it on this. Okay, so now we talked about in that sixth ocean, it's more water than all of the other oceans combined.
Now they know this. That's the part of the trip. If you just discovered the sixth, meaning it's not fully explored, how do you know there's more there than up top? which you haven't fully explored because you just found the sixth one.
How can I believe you when you said there was only 5?
Then there's that.
How do I believe you when you said to us for the longest time, this is it? This is the crust, the manta, the core. You never said there was an ocean in there.
My common sense tells me that if you found a sixth ocean, that means all the oceans have not been explored fully.
No, they already say that.
So if you know they haven't been, then how can you tell me there's something you found that's way more than the other? That makes sense. And you look me straight in the face with your professional degrees, not marine biologist stuff.
Me?
Not you, because you don't have a marine biology degree. But you would look at me dead in the face and tell me this is the truth.
This is the truth. So now they're saying that I used to tell people that in the universe, in the galaxies, there's all these stars. Every galaxy has this. There's as many stars in the galaxy as grains of sand on Earth.
I share that too. I don't believe that either.
So now they're saying there's 1 billion planets for every grain of sand on Earth.
Yeah, I believe that either. Well, first of all, I don't know that. I think the galaxy is vast, and if it's vast, yes.
Do you know that we can only see, I think it's 30%. All the other 70 is unknown. We haven't even gotten into that space yet.
I would think so. Because I know it's vast. And if it's vast, that means endless, almost limitless. So what's out there?
One star created this.
So I'm saying.
One star is all this. Are you telling me there's come on now. Well, this is Relatable, where we talk about things we know nothing about.
That's what I'm saying. We have no professional. We have no professional background information.
Next guest, Eric Dyson.
What?
Ben Carson and Eric Dyson. Next guest. Talk about UFOs in the galaxy.
We just be talking.
We just having a good time.
But that's fine.
It's fine.
Dude, we don't need we don't need professional. Now we will have some.
I would love to have one tell me how stupid I am. Like, you know,
I would love to have a professional here.
Like, just to be like in awe of what they know. Like,
we should have a professional here.
We should.
We're gonna.
Our first one's gonna be Joy.
Yeah, I'm gonna talk to her. We gotta be Joy.
Drew was not a professional. In science or medical.
No.
Joy is in science and medical,
therapy.
Basically therapy, medical,
therapeutic. Yep.
So we'll get Joy will be our first professional.
Yep.
That we'll have here, and we will impress her with our vast amounts.
Not sure, but that's not the point. All we can do is be us.
That's it.
That's all anybody asks. Our wives just want us to be us.
Right. They meet us at our level.
Except they want us to be better versions of that every day.
Yeah, except that.
And sometimes I just can't. So.
Well, maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow you try again.
Tomorrow you try again. 40 years of failure. Tomorrow is always an opportunity.
My birthday's coming up.
Is it?
So by the time they hear this, my birthday would have been Friday.
Really?
My birthday's November 15th.
Happy early birthday.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
Happy early birthday. My brother's birthday.
I'm getting a fish
is
tank
the
for my
9th.
birthday.
You getting a fish tank?
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of work.
I'm not raising fish.
What are you doing with the fish tank?
I just like fish tanks.
Did you have fish as a kid?
Mm-mm.
Did you ever experience the ugliness of the goldfish at the carnival?
Nope.
You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm. Were you winning the fish in the bag? Mm-mm.
We never said that was wrong. We never told those people that was wrong.
Was it?
Yeah, because those fish would die within a day.
Oh, yeah. I think they were already dead, though.
They were on the brink
of death.
Go home with a little bag of goldfish. What a life to live in a cup.
First of all, that's insane.
Living in a cup.
You gave people a bag. Can they? That's illegal, right?
I don't think
you
they
can
do
that
anymore.
nowadays.
I don't think they...
Wait, first of all, what's crazy is that was never a good idea.
How is a feeder fish that's 30 cents, 50 cents a gift for something I have to pay $5 to play?
With a bag, no air. Just
no air.
Closed off water in a... How you think that thing breathes? You think just because the water? It all works.
It has to have oxygen in the water.
It has to have it.
You have to have bubbles and this stuff. But this is how much the world has changed. That was a norm for us. We were that cruel.
We were sick. Sick human beings.
We're getting better.
Which lets you know.
Are we getting better? I don't know. There's more.
I'm not sure.
Would you say we're getting better?
I don't know, because
maybe the cruelness was a little bit better than the softness.
We are the same people who built... No, we're not. We're not the same people who built the pyramids.
I wish we would stop acting like we were.
That's what I'm saying. And so, look, you know how, for example, I watched, I know we're supposed to be cutting off, but I watched, what's the Pawn Shop show?
Pawn Stars or some shit?
Pawn Stars, right? I watched Pawn Stars. And, like, it'll say some guy coming there with old vintage dentist equipment from, like, the 40s or 30s. I don't know if you've ever seen any of that. It looks like torture equipment. Right. All of it. Like crazy things, like tools that look insane to be working with somebody's mouth area, right? Which at the time was normal practice.
Yeah, and they didn't have the numbing stuff.
They didn't have all the anesthesia we have today, right? So people were going through it. But it shows as, even in time now, right? I mean, I remember as a kid, we used to get fillings in our teeth. Until I realized, wait, putting zinc and stuff in our teeth, that's not really healthy.
It's not good for you.
Not good for it. It's not good for our teeth. So that's stupid. Somebody thought it was smart, and it ended up being stupid. So it's nowadays we look past this, and I'm like, what will we look back on 2024 and be like, why'd they do that?
Why were they podcasting?
Why were they having phones to their head? Who does that?
Like, what?
That's insane. Like, you know what I mean?
Ooh, it is going to be. But then you look back at those tools and we're like, damn, I understand why people died of toothaches.
Yeah.
They were scared.
Why would you go? Why would you go?
Like, wait, what?
Insane.
That saw? That pizza cutter looking thing?
Insane. Could you imagine if the doctor had to pull your teeth out? I could imagine what. Let me tell you, when I was a kid, look, the viewer, I know a lot of y'all are young. This is a real thing. Every parent didn't do it, but it was a real thing. When you got a tooth, like when your teeth were coming out as a youngin', right? And you know your teeth coming out, the things they used to do, I'll just say people, to get that tooth out would be considered barbaric today.
Right.
One of the methods was, I don't know if you remember this, you tie a thread around the tooth and tie the other thread to a doorknob and slam the door.
I've done that to my kids.
Right? So, because that's all you know. That's what happened. That's not the way to do it.
Nope.
Not the way.
I did that to my older son. And it's not the way.
That's what happened to me. Like, oh yeah, you take the.
So look at this.
It sounds crazy.
So that was what we dealt with. My dad's tooth was hurting, and he wanted it. He think it needed to be removed. This dude came to me with some channel lock pliers. I was like, "Can you pull my tooth out?" I said, "What?"
What?
Dead serious.
Are you asking me?
I need you to grab my tooth with this, close this, and pull it out. I said, "You want me to do that?" I was like, "Your tooth gonna be hurting." Because there's no way.
And that was a normal practice.
That's what he came to me like it was not
a thing.
Why you
don't want to do it? It's crazy.
What? Like,
that's
Jason,
crazy.
Get over here.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Get your ass.
That's absolutely crazy.
Pull my tooth out with a plier.
Barbaric.
And looked at me like I was crazy because I didn't want to do it.
Barbaric. I remember one time my uncle, old methods, people don't do no more, whatever. His tooth, he had back tooth, wisdom tooth, but he didn't like the dentist because I guess the methods, whatever. So he took a gun and shot the back of his tooth out.
You're lying. First off.
That is insane.
That is insane. Look at this. This is in honor of Veterans Day. This segment is called.
This is the segment we choose.
This is a segment starting from right now.
Okay.
Right
got
now.
Got it.
It's called Honor to Veterans Day.
Okay.
So my father was.
Were you a veteran?
My father.
Okay.
He's was in the Navy.
Salute.
So salute to him.
Mm-hmm.
And he had his bag, his duffel bag, like his big green military, and he had a chest. And there, like maybe 2 times a year or something, I would go through it and just like look at stuff, random stuff, jackets or whatever. And he used to tell me to stop going through his stuff, like don't go through it. And
you still have the stuff?
No, he has it. It's with him.
Okay.
But so one thing, I was like, oh shoot, and I had it they had it in the living room, and I was going through it, and I was like, Dad, what is this? He was like, pop it and smell it. I was like, nah. And my mom was like, don't do it, Jason. Don't do it. She was like, Billy, don't let him do that. And I was like, Daddy's boy, like, what?
You gotta do it, yeah.
What? Just pop. Right. My mom was like, Jason, don't do it. This shit is from 30 years ago.
Right. It was smelling salt?
My dad was like, just do it, Jason. Just do it. You can do it.
Well, you're going to learn today.
Be a man. You can do it. I was like, do it? He's like, yeah. My mom was having a fit. She's like, I'm going to beat your ass, Billy. Right. I pop that shit and take the biggest whiff.
Oh, my God.
I just fall straight back like.
It was smelling salt? Dude, I've never smelled smelling salt.
It was the smelling salt was as big as my finger, and you have to pop it.
And that releases, yeah.
And so I popped it, and I took but I had no idea what this.
You just going in blind.
Just going in blind. But I know my mom wants me not to. But my dad wants me to. It knocked me on my ass, like where I fell straight back, like this, like.
Now let me ask you. I've never smelled smelling salt.
It's the worst.
What is it? Is it like is it a stench or like it's a burn?
It's a stench. It's a burn. It's a chemical. Like where it goes, it feels like it burns everything that it touches up to your brain.
Really?
Like where it's like it hurts. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
It's a bad smell. Maybe the new ones are different. The one that I had, it might have had Agent Orange in it.
Because you, it's not a good thing. I don't know.
Because it's so old.
After the podcast, you might want to
Dude, that shit sent me back.
I asked that because do you know there's a TikTok challenge where people are doing that?
Yeah.
Right now.
Yes. Where they're going up to people having them smelling the jar.
Salt. Yeah.
So they do smelling salts to like work out, like to wake them up, and like they do it on the sideline of football. But I don't think they're doing
like that version of that.
Version of it.
Very powerful, like
that. Whatever that was.
Yeah.
You could probably detain someone and
really
be incapacitated.
Have you heard of? We still running this podcast along, but I need to talk about this. Have you heard of? Is it called Angel?
That is the end of the segment. Honor to our veterans. Thank you, Dad.
Where I'm going now.
Thank you, Dad.
Definitely not out of that. It's called Angel Flower. Not Angel Flower. It's a drug. No, it's not Angel Dust. It's a drug. It's called not Angel of Death. So let me tell you about this.
It's in South America.
In Colombia?
Yeah.
I've seen that episode on Vice.
Yeah, where they kiss you or something.
Kiss you or smell. They can't put it on their lips, but they put it on something.
Yeah.
Or you smell it. And then a drug, it put you in control of the person.
Right.
Like, so you'd be like, give me your wallet. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Like, it's just like, it's some of the most dangerous. I forgot what it comes from a tree.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the name of it. Probably on this episode, we'll put the name going across the bottom of the screen, whatever. But it reminds me of not that, because it'll make you do, Spanish don't make you do all that. But that was ill when I thought about how, because they was talking about stories on how people got robbed like that. A woman to come through, like a prostitute or something like that, and then put it in a flower or put it in a paper or something like that.
And blow it.
Blow it in your face, something like that. And then have you, like, help them rob your whole apartment. Like, you out there walking your own stuff to the truck.
Right.
Giving them your bank account card, giving them your PIN number.
I would never be able to do that. I'm not savvy enough. Like, no one would ever accuse me of that because, like, I would make a goofy mistake. I would take a deep breath in, like, and before I blew it, I'll be walking around to people, tell me what to do.
Tell me what to do.
What do you want me to do?
Take a big whiff.
Like, oh, shit. Like, I would make that. I'm like the guy you can't tell about surprise birthdays. You can't tell.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shoot.
The worst thing, one of the worst was just recent. Not going to say any names, but one of my good dear friends, family damn near, family, like say my distant sister or cousin or whatever, she tells me, she's confiding in me, and she tells me how she's pregnant. And nobody knows. And just like dealing with this.
And she don't know. You're not the person to be telling that to.
I thought she would know by now.
Okay.
Right? So the kids are throwing the footballs over there. I'm like telling them, like, get over there.
Oh, you like,
and then the kid like throws a football over.
And
I'm like, hey, stop throwing the ball over here. Your mom is pregnant. You want the ball hit your mom in her stomach and hit the baby?
Did you realize what you had said?
The kid said, Mom, you're pregnant? I said,
Did you realize it was a mistake at that point? God. What happened?
She looked at me with such disgust. She was like,
this is not how I want to tell
as I'm confiding in you,
this,
you tell my child
right.
that I am pregnant. I haven't made the...
That's crazy. That's
and
crazy.
I literally, but my wife has told me all the time how I be blowing surprises, and I know I do that.
Yeah.
But
what is it about? You just forget.
I don't know what kind of drug use fucked me up back in the day, but I did a lot.
That's funny.
And whatever it is, they don't tell me secrets. They don't tell me surprises because it's not that I'm snitching. It's that I don't.
You don't remember.
I don't remember.
No, for sure.
And it's just like,
which is a problem.
And she looked at me and she was just like, I was like, nobody knows, huh? She was like,
no.
I was like, you told me that, didn't you? She was
that
like,
changed today.
Yes, I did. I was like, trying to play it off.
Right.
All 7 kids running down. I was pregnant. Like just cheering, skipping down the street.
Was it adults there?
Yeah.
Everybody. Everybody knows that.
A family function and just really.
That would be awkward.
I probably won't get any confidential. Like, come here.
And thanks for telling me because.
Don't tell me about surprise birthdays. Don't tell me about. Right. I don't know any chisme. I don't know any gossip. I don't know any because people know.
That's funny.
Like this airhead, like, leave me alone. Don't tell me nothing. Keep me out of it, and that keeps me in a safe space.
Yeah, for sure. And except everybody else. Keep it away from Rios. He's good. God, gotta be careful.
Gotta be more careful. But this was.
What
was this?
What you mean?
What was the bottom line message?
What about our message?
Yeah, it was.
I was talking about the drugs.
No, bottom line message of this whole
episode?
Meet people.
At their level. Meet people at their level. Yeah. Meet people at their level.
Meet people at their level.
Right. And don't necessarily lower yourself. Just meet people at their level. Talk to them in a way they can understand. Don't force it. Don't be rude.
Right.
And plus it'll do you a better. Don't do yourself a disservice and go outside of that. Work, even in any kind of rooms, you talk at the level that they're speaking at.
Right.
So people can understand. So yeah, I said, okay, my bad. Good callback. I completely forgot. I dropped the ball on that. But,
I have a bad memory, but I have better than yours.
Yeah.
This is Relatable episode 5 with Luck and Rios. The best podcast, my favorite podcast. We keep it real, we keep it funny, we keep it honest, where you can get the God's honest truth from two gentlemen. I was going to say young men, but, we're in our middle ages. So
yeah, so we're not spring chicken anymore.
We've been through a lot and haven't been through a lot.
That's true. True.
You like that?
I do. I like that. Yeah.
We've been through a lot and haven't been through a lot. So pay attention. Take heed to the shit we say. We're on our way up.
Yeah, I can see that.
We're on our way up. You asked me where do I see Relatable in a year?
Up.
Up.
Where do y'all see Relatable? For the viewer. Let's
a great
question that way we'll know if people got all the way to the end. And we'll see in the comments if they got all the way to the end. What's the question we should ask? Engagement.
That's right? A great engagement.
So let's ask a question.
I'm going to ask a question. You ask a question.
No, it can't be two different questions.
Why not?
We need to focus on one question.
Okay.
That's what question you think?
No, you were just about to ask a question.
I didn't have a question.
You didn't have one? Where do you guys see Relatable in a year, or where would you like to see Relatable in a year? Where do you what do you say? Project us. What do you project Relatable doing? Me and Luck over here just killing it. Where do you see us in a year? If we stay consistent, dropping episodes consistently weekly or maybe 2 a week and just continue to grow, where do you see us and where would you like to see us doing? That's a good question.
Great question, but I think we choose a better question. You me tell you why?
Yes.
Because earlier in the podcast, we spoke on where we see each other in a year, right? Where we see the podcast in a year, which means somebody could be responding to that. You know what, man? I know y'all talked about that in a year. And we would think it's the end, but it's not the end. They probably only see that part.
Yeah.
That part. So let's ask, for example, in Drumline, remember? He was like, what's the last question in the book manual?
Yeah.
And he didn't know, but the last question was, if you don't read the book, then you got to cut your hair.
Yeah.
Right? So let's ask a question that actually has one answer. It's a right or wrong question.
Okay.
Okay. We got it. Okay. If you made it all the way to the end of this podcast, right? We gonna consider y'all super fans.
Right.
Right? So when we start doing, if we ever go live, we want to start doing super fan stuff, then we'll take a list of these names also. We'll make these the first super fans, right?
Right.
If you made it all the way to this episode, type Yellowstone in the comments. That's it.
Just type Yellowstone in the comments if you made it all the way through the end. That was a good one. That wasn't a question. It was a demand.
Yeah, right.
But it's
growth.
Serves the same purpose.
Yeah, if you made
like you and me, we serve the same purpose.
I like that. If you made it all the way to the end of the podcast, type the word Yellowstone. Don't type nothing else. Well, you can leave comments outside of that. But if you made it all the way to the end, type the word Yellowstone. Yellowstone, these are going to be our super fans. And when I say super fans, you may not be a fan this early, but that's fine. Just we'll change the name later if people have a problem with that. But super fans, type in Yellowstone, and we know that you've made it all the way to the end.
Oh man, this is a great opportunity for us to feel great about ourselves, or to feel.
Yeah, it's all about ego at the end of the day.
Yeah, or what if nobody answers?
that lets us know. See, I'm not mad at harsh reality. I'm not worried about real reality checks.
Because then we have to.
We got work to do. We got to keep it consistent. Somebody gonna make it all the way to the end. Somebody will one day. They gonna make it to the end, or they may probably make it in now. But let's get it all out now. We got the most followers now. We got the most views now. But we working up to that. So even if there's one, that's perfect.
That's perfect. But you know what we be forgetting to do?
What's that?
In the middle of the podcast or in the middle of our thing, like you're supposed to have said, hey, don't forget to like and subscribe to Relatable with Luck and Rios. You know what I mean? So if they're watching it like in the first 30 minutes, they get that. Like, so we have to take our turn saying, hey, don't forget to like and subscribe. Relatable with Luck and Rios.
So we know we got to set a halfway mark. We start dropping that.
We never know what's a halfway mark because.
Yeah, so we just randomly say it. We just make. You're right. Be consciously on our mind to do that.
Every 30 minutes, every 25, whatever, just say, hey, like and subscribe. Go follow Luck on.
Boom, there it is.
On Instagram, go follow Luck on YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Follow Rios, whatever. We got to start doing more of that.
For sure.
A little bit more promoting of ourselves.
So let's do it right now. So let's follow. Okay, what's all your place they can find you, Rios?
AceboyRios on YouTube, AceboyRios on Instagram, AceboyRios on TikTok, AceboyRios on Facebook. There's a common theme here.
Yeah. You probably could have said AceboyRios on all social platforms.
We might need to edit that one.
No, I think we gotta leave that.
Leave that? Okay.
We gotta leave that.
AceboyRios on all platforms and everything about AceboyRios on Instagram.
Boom. So my Instagram is badluck 354.
Oh, I'm not done. And then I have Relatable with on YouTube with Imperfect Perspective with Anya and Javonda and Reality Check with Rios with a guest, all on the YouTube channel. I'm sorry.
Oh, right. You said you got
Relatable
and you got
Imperfect Perspective
with Honda and Hyundai who?
Javonda and Anya.
Honda and
Javonda and Anya.
Javonda, okay, got it. Okay.
Javonda and Anya, they have their own podcast. I Just Want to Know podcast, but they are.
Oh, I like them.
Yeah,
the two girls. I like them. Tell them, shout out to y'all. I like y'all, man. Y'all hilarious. I love y'all chemistry together. Y'all did a wonderful job on Reality Check, right?
Right.
Oh, wait, great.
No, Reality Check and our
first episode, 2 episodes. Okay. So is it my turn now?
Yeah. Would you like to come on tomorrow to Imperfect Perspective?
What time?
Same time, same bad place.
I probably can.
Come through.
Okay. So also, my page on Instagram is Badluck354, BADLUCC 354, and my YouTube page. Subscribe now. Now, my YouTube page is Good Luck TV, GOODLUCC TV. My YouTube page is where I do my vlogging. I get my serious thoughts out. I talk about life, motivation, the reason why you should start a vlog, and anything content creating. So don't come over there looking for the craziness, because it's not the craziness, right? No. It's more so just helping people with content creating, being better, motivating people, trying to inspire. So that's for that. But I think you all should subscribe because, I think it's going to be something dope, and I'm trying to build community over there. And I will have friends and guests on. I will have Rios on. I will have other friends and very super dope people on with great personalities to talk about something, content creating and reality in a lot of these spaces. So Good Luck TV and Badluck354 is my Instagram page. So check me out. And once again, like and subscribe to this channel. Like and subscribe to this podcast of all times. Anytime you see anything AceboyRios, like and subscribe to whatever he got going on, because we rocking like that.
That's it. We out.
Peace.
Boom.